Oh, Kim, do you want to play again to give us a little background music? My apologies. Thank you very much for that.
I was ready.
You were ready. You were just like on it.
Right. Yes.
One more spot here. Alright, I've posted to pretty much all my peeps on the Discords. So, is everybody feeling good and ready? Any thoughts, questions, concerns, anything before we begin?
No, all good. Bring it on.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever gone to run, so I'm having trouble getting into the mindset here. So, legend speaks of a forbidden land. A place spoken of only in old poems. A place that is not more than mere fables spoken by the elders, whispered in fairy tales to children to whisk them off to sleep at night. Of a land known as Vorfall. A beautiful place filled with decadent foods of all variety. A place that many chefs speak of as being the pinnacle of ingredients and flavor. But a place that mysteriously nobody quite knows the way to. At least it was. Until fate brought 6 adventurers together. 6 adventurers who may not have been heroes of particular renown throughout the realm. But seasoned adventurers all, who would begin their greatest quest. But it wasn't just combat and adventure that filled your lives, was it? Oh no. It was also your distinguished culinary careers. For it's been said, if legend is to be believed, that the land of Vorfall contains the very secrets of flavor itself. It's said that they who master it can obtain the ultimate secrets of cooking. An alluring, enticing reason to go. You're approaching a vast plain. Rolling green fields, the topography spreading in either direction, with distant mountains off on the horizon. It's a colorful and inviting place. The warmth of the summer sun beating down upon you, but a cool breeze providing welcome respite from the warm rays up above. As you glance around, you can see all manners of large, stocky vegetables growing. Rivers and creeks with water so sweet it's almost like honey when you taste it. And all manners of colorful flora and fauna all over. Stepping forward, you take in the sight, the spectacle, and like a shining gem off at the very distant horizon, the colorful buildings of a place that you never thought you'd realize upon. A place only pictured in storybooks. And as you take in this scene, could you please describe your characters? Let's start with Bogart.
Right, so Bogart is a tall, slender man in his later years with short silver hair and a scruffy beard. He has a worn gray tunic that's cut down in a very large V-neck with a red vest cast over it. He's got a simple brown leather tool belt around his waist, black breeches, and long brown boots. They look like work boots. And in his right hand, he has a lit cigarette that he's just flicking away.
A small gust of breeze blows some of the smoke back, the person standing behind you, who happens to be, my apologies on the enunciation of this, Aisling, can I get that one more time? Ashling, thank you for that. Ashling, as the smoke kind of goes by, you cough a bit, waving it away from your face. Please describe your character.
Ashling is a short changeling who has fair skin and very light colored hair, but changelings can change their features at will, so she is able to kind of morph her skin and her eyes and her hair to different colors, but she generally wears a emerald green tunic and either baggy pants or a skirt, depending on her mood. She's young, she's 25, and she is an artist.
Sorry, dog. So, as Ashling coughs a bit, the smoke blowing in their face momentarily, Lolly, you've been looking around at this wondrous sight, this spectacle of the land, and suddenly you hear this coughing that kind of snaps you out of that moment. Please describe your character. As I cough.
Lolly, it's got a good tan on them. They're very tannish. They got some bright white hair, like spiky on top, with this long braid that goes down to their knees. Got just some simple leather armor on, and just keeps it really simple. Like a medium height. Just looking around and like, wow, I can't wait to try all of this. I wonder what this medium tastes like. And it looks over and it's just like a little confused, like, why are you coughing in this beautiful space?
As your gaze sweeps across everything, it falls just for a moment on another of your party members. Cora, can you please describe yourself?
She's a very young, flashy Ashmere. She's about medium height as well. She's about 5'6". She has long silver hair with blue streaks in it. She wears her tunic is kind of cut to loosely around her top with a tight shirt underneath. And loose pants fitted on her bottom. She seems kind of like interested in her jewelry. She's not really paying much attention to anyone around her. As she's kind of like sitting there, and she notices the gaze, and she likes to go at people whenever they look at her.
As this is going on, there's another distracted by the coughing. Gordon, you had a lot on your mind thinking about all of the ingredients that surround you now. Please describe yourself.
Oh, bloody hell, is that chicken raw? Remember, you got to paste it with butter and garlic, you know? I mean, you got to put that herbs in there. And he's just, talking to himself and everything. And honestly, when he walks in, he's just like a touch of his hat, because he has like just a regular hat on, and then it turns into a chef hat. And then goes, stand back, I got this. And then same thing with his armor. It just turns into like a chef coat. All he has to do is like touch it. And he looks around and goes, God, this is the best you could do for me? What the hell? And he sits there, and he grabs what looks like an axe, but it's a spork. A huge spork.
And it's a strange and foreign weapon that you have strapped to you there. A weapon that catches the eye of our last party member, Rhyme Pib. Why do I do these things to myself? Please describe your character.
Rhymes. Short. Barely making 2 feet, even for a kobold. His snout is short and stumpy. Very odd for one of his sort. Effectively take what nobility did with pugs and then transfer that onto a kobold. His eyes faced slightly too far apart on his head, and given any one moment in time, they're just facing off different directions, lazily staring about in their own direction, taking in whatever it is they see. If you were to gaze into them long enough, you could almost see what you think is a spark of intelligence in there, and then you realize it's an eye floater.
Thank you very much, Shrine Pib. That certainly painted a picture. A picture worth 1,000 words or 1,000 dishes, as you once encountered some folks saying. It's a strange thing, in that you all in your journeys have come to know one another. After all, you've come to the land of Vorfall, seeking information, power, that is only whispered rumor throughout many of the kingdoms of the land.
Hey, Skip Montana, how you doing?
Yet there's one unsettling thing, like a tickling feeling lingering in the back of your minds, that something wasn't quite right. Because as long as you all travel together, and as much as you all seem to have gotten to know one another well enough in these past few months, you remember nothing of your journey to this area. Whether it was to find the secrets of flavor for yourself, to unearth lost mysteries, mayhap a request from a patron. Whatever your reasons were, you remember them. You know why you're here. But the journey here, it's as if you're grasping sand, and the harder you try to remember, the harder you squeeze, the more slips away. Alas, you could not be bothered to dwell upon it for too long. But this peaceful moment was suddenly shattered when you heard
Montana, we're playing
from a
some
small
D&D,
distance away
and it's gonna be a
a
one-shot
scream
tonight.
echoing
Thank
through
you
the
for so much for
skies
coming
of
by. Greatly
this
appreciate
warm
it.
summer morning. As you hear this, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna look up to the skies and see what I can see.
Fantastic. With a passive perception of 13, a cursory glance doesn't reveal anything of particular note. If you would like, you can roll a active perception to see if you might notice anything.
Yeah, let's do it. No.
A 22.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
You listen in, kind of cocking an ear up, and you go very, very quiet for a moment. And you can tell from the way the sound echoed, it was ahead near a small copse of trees upon the path that you're beset upon. But there were other sounds, footsteps, cool laughter. Only with your finely tuned ears from several months, years even of adventuring, could you make those out. But there's definitely something afoot.
Oh, seems there's something afoot.
Sounds like somebody ate something bad.
That's not my cooking. Who the hell made that?
I suppose we can go find out and show them how to cook properly.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody needs some lessons. Sorry.
We could use the views, so we can go, I guess.
So, did everyone get this tiny kobold that you're supposed to cook, or is this someone else here?
Is that an ingredient?
We already saw the views.
He's the team mascot, remember?
Okay. I'll spare him. Never mind.
I don't think we're gonna get much meat off of him. We'll just let him be. We should see what that noise is, though.
Sounds like a perfect idea.
He is no made for cooking, only to cook.
No, I suppose he's a decent cook as well.
Excellent. So I'm to understand that you're going to proceed up the path.
Yes.
Yes.
Is there any particular way that you would like to go? Marching order, anything like that, or how are you going to bully?
I wish to be in the middle somewhere. Because I'm.
I'll tell you what. If you guys would like, perhaps arrange your tokens in the marching order that you would like to be. I think a couple of you might have left. Okay, there we are.
Bogart's gonna, as he's walking, he thinks for a moment. He's like, hold on, I gotta take a piss. He's gonna walk to the back, do his business real quick while everybody's moving ahead. So he'll take up the rear.
Did he just go behind the?
Well, we're not using
Okay.
that ingredient.
Nobody go near that tree.
That might be his secret ingredient, maybe.
We'll have to talk
Nobody finishes cooking. If that's his secret ingredient, I'm good.
How did you make it this far?
Suddenly, I need you to roll a dexterity save, Bogart.
Dexterity. I suppose I can do that. Whoops, I keep clicking it twice.
So you stumble back. Fortunately, you had completed your business, but you notice a rustling behind the leafy ferns at the base of a tree. And you, startled, kind of scamper back a little bit, losing your footing and falling back prone.
Oh, plastic creature!
What's going on? What happened?
I don't know, something in the shrubs. I'm gonna try to stumble back to my feet and brush myself off.
You remember, can you roll a knowledge, let's go nature, please. No, Arcana.
Arcana, I can do that. Nothing. Fat 6.
There was this strange, illusory image of a person for just a moment. You swear you recalled something, but it's simply not coming to mind. But that's not all that you see. As you're kind of distracted, you're dusting yourself off, and you look back over to the others, and then just to be sure, you kind of look back over just to where you saw that rustling, and your gaze goes beyond that. And for just a moment, you see a wall of cold stone in the center of the forest. And you blink doing a double take. You rub your eyes in disbelief, it's gone.
I'm gonna play off the alcohol. Seeing things.
You guys
Right, back to it then.
Is something okay? Are you alright over there?
No, I'm fine.
Are you
Just going with
sure
it.
you're taking a while for this piss?
Yeah, no, let's go. I'm gonna get up and walk back to the group.
Kid's gonna lean over to Gord and go, caught his fly.
Oh, that makes sense. Bloody hell, hurry up.
Excellent, so then you guys are going to proceed onward?
Yes.
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 Okay. Let me just arrange you guys a little closer, and one moment. Please take a moment and arrange yourselves oriented the other way. I can probably actually. Perfect. So, you draw closer into this copse of trees, like tall, leafy green trees and evergreens kind of intermixed throughout this shaded area as the path cuts through the center. And it's there as you draw further that you happen upon a group of what look to be strange, almost puppets. They're kind of covered in different, wildly colorful, shaggy fur. And one of them seems to be running away from a group of individuals at the far end. And they go, "Oh, please, travelers, help!" They fall to their knees and drop down dead, a crossbow bolt sunk into their back. Blood spilling out from the open wound.
Oh, we can't eat that.
No, never
Can,
seen
uh,
anything like
I
that
will.
before.
That's a camp.
What if, can I see where the bolt came from? Which direction it came from?
It came from the east, and as you start looking a little bit more, you can see there's a collection of pretty lightly armored individuals brandishing some very crude, rusted weapons, and they've got a couple of these other puppet-like creatures, and they're just sink their blades in. You can hear cruel laughter from them as they're cackling. Take this, pathetic scum! Come on! They strike another one down, and another one, standing unnaturally taller than the others, broad and muscly, steps forward and says, "What's this? Outsiders, huh? What's bringing all of you here? This here's Hell's Blade territory. Wait." His gaze stops, and it lingers on Gordon for just a moment. No, it couldn't be.
You mean Hell's
That's right,
Kitchen?
what do you want?
So you're preparing ingredients. Is that why you're attacking people?
Ingredients? He glances back to the others, and they all begin laughing in unison. What the hell do we care about ingredients? Only Lord Fier cares about that. We're just here to have a little fun with these things. Why don't you try it without? And he points to another one that's crawling away. You can see a crossbow bolt sinked into its side. It barely has the strength to continue crawling. He says, "Killing these things is a whole lot of fun. Give it a try. You'll like it."
Looks like you're wasting food to me.
You're just killing them for fun. You're not killing them for any other reason in particular?
Well, yeah. That's all these things are. Trash to be disposed of.
You've not agreed.
Eat some.
I didn't know someone needed such large muscles to deal with something so small. You must be weaker than you look. How's that, Gaven?
He steps forward, cracking his knuckles with these resounding. You want to start something? I can discard a few just like these.
You know that's bad for your joints, right? I may be old, but I'm not stupid. You don't crack your knuckles, you're gonna have arthritis.
My joints are thick and really thick and strong. My dad says I'm cool.
Yeah, your dad's an idiot.
Not all your dads.
Fuck my dad. He died 3 years ago, and that's not socially acceptable, asshole.
You did what to your dad?
Hey, no, I didn't say anything like that. You can
Oh,
kind of
God.
hear the
I
people
didn't know he
behind
was
him
that
laughing.
Let me guess. You stand still and you're invisible too, correct?
What?
Yeah,
If you stand still enough, you're invisible too, correct?
Not enough of this, he shouts back to the others. All right, boys, these ones apparently want to fight. Let's give them. All right, everybody, please roll for initiative.
Oh, goats. Apparently Bogart wants to fight tonight.
7.
7. Do 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 do
Phenomena.
do 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 do
Banana.
Phenomena.
do 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 do.
Do, 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 do.
Okay.
I want to tease,
Oh, wait,
but
I did them
I
twice. Give me just a second, sorry. Roll 20's being a little buggy on me tonight.
Here, I got tea for you. Is that acceptable?
Okay. And give me just a moment here.
Monkey see, monkey do?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh wait, I gotta share the
so, let me see here. Cora, can I get, what was your initiative?
7.
7.
Roll an 8, -1.
And Ryan, what was yours?
Gosh.
Ryan Pib,
Oh, 13.
13. Excellent. Bogart, what was yours?
My AC was 13.
Oh no, your initiative.
Oh, my initiative is 16.
Excellent. Gordon, what was your initiative?
All right, 10.
Okay. Lolly, what was your initiative?
13.
And Aisling, what was your initiative?
6.
6. Okay. Let me just arrange this real quick. So this guy is he's just going to charge forward, screaming wildly. And as that one is charging forward, Bogart, you see an opportunity to act. It is your turn. What are you going to do?
Give me a sec here. I think from where I'm at, let me measure this out real quick. Oh yeah, easy. I'm just gonna kind of sidestep here, just to have a nice clear shot. You know, I'm old. My eyes they're not that great, but I'm gonna kind of just flick my wrist and throw out an Eldritch Blast.
Excellent. Roll to attack.
Which one is the attack? Must be that one. There we go.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
only
nope,
12.
never mind.
So unfortunately, that attack fails as you kind of go out and you just kind of reach out, but they're still a little too far, still a little blurry for you. So you
Yeah.
unleash the blast and it just harmlessly flies right by their head.
Son of a bitch, I knew I needed my spectacles for this. Now I'm just gonna end my turn.
Why are they not on?
I didn't bring them with me.
Another one charges forward, grinning wickedly as they brandish looks like a spear. And in that moment, Lolly, you see an opening to attack a couple of them. It is your turn. Rhyme Pib, you're on deck. It's your turn next.
Okay, so I'm going to first. I'm going to use my crossbow. I'm going to shoot at that one.
All right, please roll to attack. That succeeds. Roll for damage.
11.
And could you please ping which one specifically were you attacking?
This
Well
one.
then.
All right.
I'm thinking he's
Tell me what happens.
What?
Oh, nice.
Okay, so he's that guy looks too confident after murdering was it a Muppet?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. After murdering Muppet and looked too happy, so just aims just blink and then just watches him fall as it goes right straight through the head.
He actually keeps running for a couple of seconds. He's like, huh, you think something like that's going to huh? And just topples over.
Beautiful.
How?
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Uh,
I think you only get one attack at this level, so I think that's about it.
Yeah.
yeah. No,
Almost a bonus action.
I do have bonus action, but I'm gonna end my turn. I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Excellent. So, Ryan Pib, you also see an opening to attack as one of them is just fallen. It seems that this is going down for real. What are you going to do?
Seeing everyone else attack the much larger than himself bow is going to break out his short bow and take pot shot this guy over here.
And if you have it set to the select and move, the one that just looks like a mouse icon, if you click and hold, it will ping on the map.
Oh, there we go.
Excellent. Please roll to attack.
This thing. A 13.
Unfortunately, the attack does not succeed. They kind of see you stop and aim, and after watching their comrade drop, they duck under and you shoot right where their head was. But it was close. All right. Would you like to move anywhere, or will that be your turn?
Think I'll move behind Gordon here.
All right.
seeing my arrow missed. I don't want to be targeted for anything like that. I'm small and scrawny.
Fantastic. So you very heroically duck behind your friend. And with that, this guy is going to come forward, and he's, so that's gonna be- he is going to take a shot. And your AC is going to be... So, he, like, aims this heavy crossbow, looses this big bolt that you just like look like you make eye contact with him right in that moment, Laldi, and you piccolo head tilt as the bolt just like flies right by your head. And you see after that he kind of like lowers it, and he has this sort of stricken gaze upon his face, like, what the hell? No way.
Like somebody doesn't know how to hunt.
Says, screw this, get them! And these other two are gonna charge forward in that moment. Okay, roll 20 self-this.
I forgot to that one too.
That's all good. So, as they begin charging forward, Gordon, you see an opportunity to strike. What do you do? Cora, you're on deck.
Alright, I'm gonna move up here and attack this one here.
Excellent.
And
Roll to attack.
oh damn.
So you roll to attack, and they just swat it away with their spear.
And that's a
Is that-
warning. That's a warning swing there. You might as well turn around and head back now. Because when this kitchen gets hot, it gets hot. And I'll end my turn.
Alright. Were you dual wielding hand axes?
Oh.
I can't remember exactly.
Oh,
what
yes, I
your style
was. Yes. So,
Alright, please roll for the second attack. So the first one he swats away. The second one he does kind of a sidestep as you arc your swing downward. It harmlessly, like you cleaved the shit out of the air. But alas, both of your attacks did not strike true. However, Cora, you see that one of your comrades is engaged with a few enemies ahead. What are you going to do?
I'm going to right about here, and then I'm going to poison spray at him. At this one here.
Excellent. Okay. Please roll to attack. Or is poison spray? That one might be a save, right?
Yeah, I believe it's a save. But if I have to roll, we did roll pretty good.
So that will be Constitution saving throw. Give me just a moment here.
Let me find my D12 while you're figuring that out.
And that'll be a 15. What is your spell save DC?
It is my, it's 10 plus,
8 plus proficiency plus your modifier for your casting stat.
my modifier is a 4 for charisma.
Okay, so 8 plus 4 plus 2, I think would be a 14. So unfortunately, they do succeed. Wow, why are these guards like fucking ultra instincts?
Let me see. I think it's half, but I don't remember.
Let me see what D&D Beyond says. And if you click the spell, it should also put the spell into our chat in Roll 20 as well.
Yep, con 14 is
I think it does negate it because it's only a
Oh,
save track.
well, I'll find the D12 anyway in case it works in the future.
All right, cool. So, you loose this blast of poisonous liquid that directly impacts them, but they just quickly swat it all off, and you don't appear affected by the spell. Is there any other movement that you'd like to take this turn, or a bonus action spell that you'd like to cast?
good for right now.
Excellent. So with that, Aisling, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
While the others have been attacking, Ashley has been studying the guards for the soldiers, and as she is able to shapeshift, she slowly morphs into one of them and creeps behind, trying to sneak behind the group to see if she can get an advantage.
Okay, go ahead and as you move up behind a tree, please roll a stealth check for me.
Which dice do I use?
That'll be a d20, or you can click on your D&D Beyond character sheet where it says stealth along the left-hand side. If you just, when you mouse over it, you'll see a little dice with a B appear. Click that B, and it should roll right in this website for you.
Oh, it's a 2.
Gosh, goodness gracious me.
We're
So,
having the best time right now.
Oh, man. You guys are performing about as well as my lungs right now. No offense, like, the dice gods are fickle.
They are.
Oh, you, like, begin to morph, and one of them's like, what are you doing? And you're, like, half morphed, and sort of caught off guard, and they're all like, that one's turning into Jake! And all of them are looking at you.
Wonderful. So I morph back into myself, and I stand just kind of shocked that they caught me and not sure what to do at this point. I don't really know what to do.
So let me see, I can't remember, you're playing an artificer, right?
Yes.
What cantrips did you take? Let me pull up your character sheet here to help you out. Thank you for your patience as I find your character. So let's see, there's Aisling. So, there's a little tab on the right where you can see actions. Looks like you've got Ray of Sickness. What do you have for spells? Okay, looks like you have Healing Word and Ray of Sickness. You get any equipment? Let me see here.
I had a couple of knives.
So it looks like we didn't get starting equipment for you. Is there a particular kind of weapon you would like to use?
She's so small and she uses a lot of hand tools, so I figure she would probably have like dual wielding knives.
Okay, so we can give you a couple knives then. Just a moment here, and I'm going to get that all set for you, okay?
Okay.
We'll go a couple of daggers, and you have a light crossbow, and some leather armor, give you some alchemy supplies. And I know that I'm messing around in your character sheet, so I'm not trying to mess with you or anything like that. I'm just trying to make sure that it's all there for you, okay?
Yeah, right.
If you refresh the page, you should see some differences. There are now daggers that you can use. You can, if you'd like to, move over to one of them and you can attack with a dagger. There's one other thing that I'd like to do here. Give me just a second.
Okay. Yeah, because she was trying to move around.
I want to see what kind of spells you have.
Any toddlers.
They never do.
They know.
Toddler behave. What?
My 7-year-old acts like he's 16.
Oh, yeah, same with mine. He's in the eye rolling stage now, finally.
Yeah, my 7-year-old turns everything I say into an argument.
Oh, yeah,
Every word out of my mouth is somehow an argument, and I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah, if you like, maybe you could fire your light crossbow, or you can use your daggers. And as you roll that, I'm going to look at you more because I feel like you should have more spells than this. Give me just a moment.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my dagger. That was a 5.
Oh goodness. You know what? Re-roll that.
Okay. 7.
Okay, unfortunately, it does not quite succeed. You go to slash with it, but they kind of step back really quickly, seeing as they were pretty fixated on you in that moment already. So, yeah, it looks like we didn't get spells added for you.
Okay.
Would you be offended if I just choose a few real quick so that you got a little more options on the fly?
Well, go for that, because I gotta go chase this one down. Just kill.
Absolutely.
In here. Yeah, I was explaining just before we started, like I told my son, I said, grab a cat, go to your room and wait for me. He grabs the cat, puts it in his room, comes back into my office, and talks to me. And I go, it's pretty clear instructions, sir.
Yeah, I had a similar instance at dinner.
Hey, Rustin, dude, how you
I
doing?
was like, okay, just sit down, eat your dinner. It's chicken nuggets and fries, and just sit there quietly and eat them real quick. Every 5 seconds, he had to start a conversation. I'm like, no. You're not understanding.
That should have fixed our character sheet, so that should work better now. So with that, we're going to have this guard also kind of charge upward. No, he's going to stay behind, actually, as you can kind of hear them whispering something, but you can't quite make out what's being said. But this one's going to charge forward. And they are going to attack at, oh goodness, it looks like that will be Ashley.
Well, she's gonna have fun coming back for that. She
And that'll be an 18.
please don't be rude.
They get you for 5 piercing damage, but that's not enough to down her, so that should be alright. And as they pierce her and catch her in the arm, you can see blood coming out from a wound. Not terribly deep,
Chili
just
Moco,
kind of
how you doing?
grazing sort of scratch. But Bart, you see that one of your allies has taken a small hit. What are you going to do about it?
Alright. Bogart is really upset with himself right now because he got his spectacles. So he's going to move over underneath this tree here. Let me move him. And now that he's a little bit closer and the enemies are a little bit more in focus now, he's pretty confident that he can hit one with an Eldritch Blast this time. So we're going to go for it again. Gonna hit this guy here.
Also, Lolly, it looks like you got a D4, so remember that for next round.
Thank you.
Alright. So,
Excellent. Yeah, yes, please go ahead and roll to attack.
Nope.
I'm feeling I need to rethink this whole fucking thing. Because, like, Ultra Instinct Shaggy is the fucking guards here.
I've got a +6 and I rolled a 4, so 6 + 4 is 10. Like,
Roll it
the
again.
rolls can't be much worse than that.
Just roll it again.
This is why I stay away from digital dice.
I'm going Samuel Jackson here. I am sick and tired of these motherfucking fours in this motherfucking game. Look, I'm sorry, I tried to help, but
That's okay.
so you go to conjure your spell, you almost feel a moment of an emotional heightening and then a lowering as your patron apparently just abandons you to your fate in this moment.
Now that's me going senile.
But
It's
it's kind of like that moment when you go throw a ball but you let go like way too early, and it like sort of and it just shoots up into the air, and you hear and like this hawk starts to fall down. Perfectly crisp, however.
I got us lunch for when we're done.
We'll keep that in this minute.
And I guess with that, that's your turn.
That's it. That's all I'm doing right now.
Wally,
Oh, my
everything
God.
sucks. What are you gonna do about it?
Okay.
Hey, the one and only, how you doing?
I feel like this first encounter or the warm-up is like a Benny Hill skit. It's just like,
So see that, is it Ashton right here? On the team?
Yeah, that's
yes,
excellent.
that's actually right there, yes.
So seeing that Ashton's getting kind of surrounded there, I'm gonna shoot crossbow at that one, try and help out without getting too close.
Excellent. Please roll to attack.
20!
Roll finish.
5.
And which one was it again that you were, could you ping it for me?
That one.
Excellent. So, they are bloodied as you pull out your crossbow and sink one right into their arm. And as they're kind of clutching their spear, they and he kind of looks back, lean right over here. And you can see the others kind of starting to pensively move forward to assist their comrade. Is there any bonus action or additional movement that you'd like to take?
Yeah, I'm going to move right here. And Molly, as she moves over, like, oh, you need help to fight people, eh? Not so weak and small, little muppet you're torturing.
And you can see over and back, one of them's like, oh, they got a soft spot for the Muppets, huh? And one of them that's crawling away, they take their axe and just bury it in their back.
Which one was it?
It was...
Right, well, that's just
This
downright
guy.
rude now.
That.
The bag dip.
Yep.
Huh. And soon you'll be as dead as these stupid Muppets.
Why don't you come over and say it?
Alright. And with that,
I didn't want
Rhyme Pib. It is once again your turn, as my camera very awkwardly freezes.
to. The best name.
Ryan's gonna move. Wants to move over this way. Try to get a better angle on one of these guys for readying his bow again. And
And, excellent, yes. So, you'll also, if you hit, you can apply your sneak attack to this. So please roll to attack.
time for that punk over there. That's a 21.
That succeeds. Please roll for damage.
At least the arrows are hitting.
5.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 5 plus 3 sneak attack damage, so a total of 8. You catch them, like, right in the side, and they double over, clutching the bleeding wound in their side. They're barely standing up. In pained gasps, they clutch their weapon, but they're not looking very good. And I believe that's your turn. You can, if you would like, as a rogue, you can bonus action dash to take more movement to more space. You can try to get around the tree and bonus action hide if that's something you'd be interested in.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and move behind the tree, and then please roll a stealth check for me.
Still.
I can't wait for the stealth to appear in the chat. Oh yeah, you feel reasonably confident in your abilities. You kind of crouch, taking some cover in the shadows of the canopy of the tree, kind of like really nestling in under some leafy ferns. So this guy confidently just strides forward, aiming with his
PB, how you doing?
aiming with his crossbow once again. And he takes another shot. 18 does succeed against your armor class.
That's true.
So he takes another one at Lolly and catches you right in, like, grazing your arm, dealing 8 damage. And you can see, like, he's just got this wicked grin as he's just continuing to walk forward, already reloading that crossbow. Okay. This guy is actually going to disengage and try to get away. As you see him limping away, he's like, Sorry, boss. He's like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna take care of these ones myself. And he points right at Lolly.
Do I get a free hit?
No, because he
Oh,
did
disengage. Okay, gotcha.
This one is going to take, they've got you surrounded, so, nah, let me be fair about this. Let me roll this. So, 1 through 3, he's going to go for Ashling again. That's a 1, so he's going to attack Ashling. 19, as he does have advantage, does succeed against your armor class, so he's going to catch you for another 4. Just a mere glancing blow against you, but you take another 4 damage as they stab at you with their spear in a very vicious and violent sort of fashion. In that moment, however, Gordon sees his comrade in trouble. What are you going to do? And that means, Cora, you're on deck.
Alright, let's see.
Well, you're after Gordon.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna go up
Just
here,
like people know when their turn's next.
and then I'm gonna just attack this guy. Here we go. Oh, jeez.
I was gonna say, if you're right here, you could take advantage.
Yeah, let's definitely do that instead. That was horrible.
Why am I helping you?
Thank you. It's getting a little better, but not too much.
It's about killing. It's the guilt over killing the last one.
Oh my goodness.
Man. Technically you get advantage with both hands.
Wow.
Why? Just why?
I've never seen rolls this bad ever.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, unless, did you get any inspo donated?
I'm donating.
Nothing.
Nope, I'm donating.
Oh, looks like you're getting an inspiration die. That's cool. Okay, 4 points of inspiration. Please go ahead and just entirely re-roll that second attack.
Okay. Gosh. Come on. Here it comes.
Okay, come on. Roll one more.
There we go.
Finally.
Finally, holy shit.
Yes.
All right, you land a solid hit, and they are bloody.
Good. That's what
God, thank goodness.
See, like your first swing, they like do this really cool thing that you almost respect for a second. Where not even looking behind, they just hold their like spear back and catch it. But then you kind of have their arm pin for a second. You swing the other one around and just catch him in the side, driving the weapon in.
And after that, he goes, spice his life.
Who knows?
Hot damn. Okay, and with that, Cora, it is once again your turn. Ashling, you're on deck after Cora.
Hey, the Shadow Killer, how you doing?
Step right there, and then right here, she's going to do it. These two are within 10 feet of it. I'm going to use my Shatter spell. It's got a 60-foot radius, so this is where I'm going to pin it. In 10 feet, it's a con save.
Could you give it a click for me just so I can see the, because if you click, it should come over here so that I can see, because I believe it's a radius thing.
Yeah. It comes right there. Did I click the right one?
So Shatter is 60 feet range, 10-foot area, and they're each going to do a con saving throw. Excellent, okay.
So it should affect at least these two mofos right here.
One got a 13, one got a 16.
Alright, well, it affected at least one.
Heck yes, you did. Jolly good. Okay, so yes, please roll the damage. One will take half, and I believe one will take full.
Alright. Total damage is 4, 3, 3. So we got 10 total damage.
Okay. Tell me what happens to one of them.
Alright, so, at this point where I am pinging at, I extend my hand and cast the, shatter. They hear the loud, sudden ringing noise that just makes them both crouch down like this. And, the little one goes, meh, and then just cries all day.
That's fantastic. And yeah, so like you see they're like clutching their ears and they just bleed out from their eyes from the sheer extreme just volume of that shattering sort of sound that echoes out into the air. Even the trees rustle, leaves cascading down from it. My wife laughs in the distance. Someone say something.
And then
the big
afterwards,
one just kind of like picks his ear a little bit with his pinky. You're next.
Yeah, with my free
And he
action, I'm
shouts to the other, go get help.
So I will be right back.
All right. Oh. So video's gonna look a little weird for just a second, but I'm not gonna bother fixing it because she'll be right back. That's on me. I forgot to mention that. So, Ashley, it is your turn. What are you going to do? If I might make a few recommendations. So if you move away from these guys, they get a free attack against you. Unless you use your action to do what's called disengage. If you do that, you can move away to safety and they don't get that free attack.
You just won't be able to do anything else.
I've been stabbed, right?
Twice. You've taken a total of 9 damage so far.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn to this guy that's next to me. Probably this one here. And I'm gonna use Acid Splash against him in retaliation for being stabbed.
Alright, so you're gonna acid splash on him?
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. Can you click the spell for me? Dexterity save. Alright, so let's see if he makes it. 13. Unfortunately, they do succeed. Man, why are these guards so strong? Y'all are killing me right now, you guys. It's only a 13, right? Yeah, I guess so. So unfortunately, that doesn't quite work. You can move away if you'd like to, but they will get a free attack at you, or would you like to stay there?
I'll stay here.
Okay.
I don't think I can get another attack out of me and survive this.
This guy scampers off, disappearing into the underbrush and further off into the forest. This guy is going to disengage and just try to get away from you, because he's starting to hurt pretty bad. And as he begins to retreat, Buggers, you see an opportunity to attack.
Alright. Let's see.
Perfect.
So one thing too, just before we go any further,
Yeah.
if anybody needs to go AFK, like, don't turn camera off, just like cover it, because otherwise it shifts everything. That's something I forgot to mention that, so that's my bad 100%.
Yeah.
I would keep that in mind for the future.
And yeah, actually, and if anybody here ever does like D&D streaming, when you set up Discord, you have everybody like on, like in their spaces like we do. If somebody drops and then they come back, it'll automatically put everybody back in the right spot. But that's why you have to have everybody on video first before you set it up.
Okay, makes
The things I've learned the hard way.
Alright, so I'm going to move another 30 feet just to get a little bit closer to the melee here.
Alright.
Let me measure it out one more time.
I am really rethinking these bosses now, because Jesus Christ.
Yeah, these rolls are great. I'm going to move just ahead of Ashling here, and I see the big guy that was speaking from before, and I'm going to focus an Eldritch Blast on him. Actually, no, I'm going to hit this guy, because I see that he's hurt pretty bad, and I want to get rid of him. So let's see if I can hit him. Let's see if I can hit him.
can do this. I believe in you.
Yeah. Sweet! Finally, I got something! Yeah!
Yeah.
I smashed with my light and shatter and everything's working great
I'm
now.
gonna roll another d8 for that. Because, or is that for attack rolls only? For the inspiration? The d
That's for
d8?
attack rolls only.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then it's just gonna be 2 damage.
Tell me what happens.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, so I'm not sure if he was limping or if he was like crouching. My eyesight's still not that great, but I'm gonna hit him with the blast. Go for a wind up like a baseball and just pitch it at him and trying to aim for his head, but whatever I hit kind of just explodes into pieces and kind of shatters him and scatters body parts kind of all over the place. That's more like it. Definitely need to bring the spectacles next time. And I'll just end my turn.
And that is your turn. With that, then Lolly, you have another opportunity to attack. It seems like you guys are really turning the tide in this moment. What do you do? Ryan, Pib, it's your turn next.
I love that name every time I hear it.
I'm Pip.
I know, right?
Chef kiss.
Alright, so what's it gonna be, Lolly?
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Okay.
No worries, it's all good.
I got distracted by Ryan.
The original Mr. Pibb.
So I'm gonna move here. And I'm gonna aim for the douche who shot me, grazed my arm. And I'm gonna shoot him with my crossbow.
Alright.
Before I talk shit, I'm gonna see if I can actually roll good.
Right.
15.
Is that your final answer?
No. No. I'm gonna redeem the full inspiration that Katie gave me.
Okay. Jolly good.
Come on, crossbow. Come on. Oh no!
Oh no.
Ouch. Okay, so yeah, that's my final answer, but all I'm gonna say your aim is as bad as your hunting skills.
He's like, in this moment, loading his crossbow, and you fire, and he's just bringing it up, and you're, as your bolt hits the crossbow, and yanks it out and throws it down. Never mind. You're not next. Shouldn't focus on something that's weaker than me, and his gaze turns to Barnes. And that will be your turn. So, with that, Ryan Pitt. It's your turn. What?
Think real quick, how do you do the distance measure thing?
So on the left-hand side, you'll see a toolbar. Near the middle, there's one that looks like a ruler, and if you click and drag with the left click with the left mouse button, you can have a ruler that will measure distances.
That's great.
You can also click and drag, right-click, and it'll save that point, and you can have multiple points in case you are trying to measure a radius or something.
Alright. I'll start with trying to sneak my way.
Do note, if you are sneaking, you can only move up to half your speed while maintaining that. Because you're like, it's like when you're in Skyrim and you're crouched and being real sneaky. You don't go quite as fast.
I think I'll just slightly move out from behind the tree here.
And from here, you can line of sight if you have a ranged attack.
That I do. So I'm going to try and take a sneaky little shot at Big Jackass here.
Please take advantage on this attack as he does not notice you right now. This is a surprise attack. Alright, you can roll that a second time and take whatever one's higher. I really hope this. You guys, I just.
16.
Oh man.
Yeah, you better erase that.
What was it?
Go ahead and roll for damage.
Six.
So that's a total of 14 hot damage. So you land a very solid attack against him as he's confidently stepping forward. You just sink an arrow into his side. He cries out in pain and looks down at it and begins trying to look around. His gaze falls right to you. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
How far are you, fucker?
Perfect. Oh, he can get you.
And I can get him. I have Wails from the Grave. So right after my sneak attack, I can use a second creature. I'm assuming this guy, and
You go ahead and click that ability so it comes to your chat for me.
Nope, now I won.
Okay, let me see. Jump power. Transform immediately after you deal sneak attack. You can target a second creature you can see within 30 feet. It would have to be a second creature. Not within 30 feet. That
So it gets
Yeah.
the other guy though.
that works. Okay. Tell me what happens to that guy.
Yeah. So first I shoot the big guy with the arrow, and feeling a little bold from a little kobold ass, I go turn to the other dude, and I'm gonna look at him real hard and just with my offset eyes, and this horrible noise emanating from something I'm assuming he can't see just makes his heart pump a little too hard and it just stops.
His eyes roll back as he grasps his chest but collapses, no longer drawing any breath. And in that moment, this guy turns to you, and he's just gonna go all in. Dropping his weapon, he draws what appears to be a sword-sized weapon, but it's a chef's knife. Wow, really? So that's, does not succeed, so he's gonna get a second attack. Wow! Okay. Apparently we're just playing Dungeons and Whiffing tonight. You very dexterously dodge and weave under the attacks, and they're unable to hit you. But in that same moment, Gordon, you see an opening. This fool has turned his back on you. What's on the menu in Hell's Kitchen?
Alright. Alright, I'm gonna move right there, and he's gonna say, alright, it's time to deal with the deli cook.
Alright, roll for that.
I'm gonna use, I think I have a D4. I'm gonna use a D4. That's backwards R and.
You can, but I'll tell you this much, it won't make a difference.
Oh, well, okay, never mind. I'll save the D4, you know. But I'm gonna try attack again there.
Okay. Roll for damage.
Sweet.
You guys just get into this big, like, herring, and then, bam, you catch him across the chest. It's kind of a moderate wound. They are looking pretty haggard at this point. Not quite bloody, but the large guy has taken a pretty considerable amount of damage.
Hey, I don't give a.
And,
How you doing?
That would be your turn, which brings us to Cora.
Alright, so she's gonna stay where she's at, but she's going to throw an Eldritch Blast at the big guy. Yes.
Excellent. Roll to attack, please.
It's a 3. Can I re-roll that?
Yeah. You guys,
17 plus 6. So, I'm pretty
roll 9
sure.
damage.
Alright, 1d10. And it is going to be 7 damage. Oh, I got a 7.
Excellent. The large guy, after taking the incredible force of your Eldritch Blast that you conjure, you can hear the bone splintering force of the impact. As they're now bloody, looking like they're still holding up, but not by a whole lot.
I'm wailing for this guy. Fat mage right there. Forget her.
All right. And with that, that's your turn, which brings us next to Ashlyn. You've taken a few hits, but you've got something that you can heal yourself. It appears that there's only one enemy left. What would you like to do? Oh, it looks like you're muted. Having trouble hearing you, I'm sorry. It's not a real D&D night without technical issues.
It's true. Well, how are you doing tonight? We're playing a D&D one-shot?
No. I can hear you a little better.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
The wireless one. So Ashley's going to raise her crossbow and shoot at the last enemy.
Excellent. Roll to attack.
8 to 21.
Hot damn! Roll for damage.
Nice.
Nice.
And to roll damage up. So it won't be a d20. What you can do is in the Roll20 chat here, you can see where it says that 21. There's a highlighted section that says crossbow light. If you left click on that, it'll roll the damage. Okay, 3, not bad. You get kind of a glancing blow grazing kind of sort of across their back shoulder. They let out kind of another low cry of pain and still fighting, but you delivered a significant hit to them. Would you like to remain there and perhaps move to another location, or are you good? Cannot hear you, I'm sorry.
Move forward a little bit to get a better plant or a better visual.
Okie doke, feel free to move yourself wherever you'd like to go. Alright. And with that, Boggart, you can see that the last enemy is not holding up well. Your combined strength is quickly overwhelming them. What are you going to do?
Alright, let me show you Whippersnappers how it's done. He's gonna move forward, right next to the tree here. Kind of line up against it. And he's gonna roll one more Eldritch Blast, but he's gonna do the, he's gonna wind up his Eldritch Blast, and then he's gonna do like the granny bowling roll and just like roll it across the ground.
Roll, A D8 could do it, potentially.
The rolls are so bad tonight. Oh my goodness.
I'm really rethinking the last boss right now.
I can't. Oh, wow. I really had faith in D&D Beyond's digital dice, but they're failing me tonight.
I'm really proud of you guys. You're making the best of a bad situation.
So it's like that bowling ball. You roll it, it just kind of gradually rolls towards the gutter and just disappears into the distance.
You like roll it, and it kind of just goes down behind him and like destroys the grass. The nice thing is the ground takes plenty of damage from it.
Sweet. Something did. That's all that matters.
Which brings us to Lolly. You're witnessing something that defies reason.
Holy, you really should have brought your spectacles.
I know. Didn't remind me.
So Lolly's gonna move right here. I did measure it out. Assume that I can just cut across that tree right there, like go under it and come here.
That you can, yeah.
Okay, and to get flanking, I'm gonna use unarmed strike. Gonna drop the crossbow and use unarmed strike.
Okay. I have one question. Do you have proficient, like,
How what?
so unarmed strike, if you're not a monk, will only do 1 damage plus your strength mod?
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I believe you do have melee weapons you can use. I think I saw like a flail or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that instead.
Okay. I'll go ahead and roll that dice.
Thank you.
And take advantage as you are flanking.
Roll again for the advantage. Make you're good. Ah! So, Molly's arm hurting after getting grazed by that. Kind of feeling it. Just goes to attack and just.
You just give like the world's most half-hearted swing. And like it just like kind of flops against him, and he like looks down at it and gives you this really mean glower.
It's a love tap. Slugger.
There you go, champ.
I knew you were weaker than me. Pathetic. But in that moment, there's another unseen force at work. As Rhyme Pib, it is once again your turn. What would you like to do?
Seeing that he's basically towering over me, I think I'll switch over to my rapier and very disrespectfully, instead of using it properly and going for like a thrusting attack, I'm just gonna rear back and like harpoon it at him.
Respectfully, reared and
Roll to attack.
Don't respect you.
19.
Nice.
Yeah, dude.
Roll for damage.
Oh man, this is hilarious. 8 damage with the thrown rapier.
This is so great.
That's the best thing ever.
How are you going to do this?
Instead of just eyes for the first time since we've started this fight, locked on, right for his face, reel back and just it goes, nails him right in the eye, and just sinks in from there. And as I watch him go down, I just give this shitty dog smile, just.
And in that moment, the battle is won. There's a peaceful moment of rest that you have after that. What are you guys going to do?
Can I look in the bodies and see if there's anything like useful?
Absolutely. So there is a one of them. It looks like they had a really large weapon. It looks like a two-handed butter knife.
Okay.
If anybody knows the spell Identify, you can cast it to immediately get this, or you can, if you prefer, use a Knowledge Arcana check, and that would allow you to discern what it is as well. House rule of mine, you don't have to know to identify it.
I have Identify.
Fantastic. So you can cast it immediately by using a spell slot, which is kind of like MP in this game, or you can do what's called ritual casting, where like, imagine you have to draw like a magic circle and stuff. It takes 10 minutes to do it, but you can do it without using a spell slot, which those are like a pretty precious commodity for casters. And since you do have a moment of downtime, I could totally abide by like, yeah, we can just assume that you're ritual casting it.
Okay, I just click the cast button.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I die. So, you have identified this mysterious weapon. It is a two-handed sword of considerable magical power. It is an ancient artifact known as the Spreader. This two-handed butter knife can spread butter like a champion. It deals 2d6 slashing damage just like any other two-handed weapon, but it also deals 2d6 butter damage.
I'm totally keeping this. I picked it up. It's mine.
All right.
I want to check on the Muppets either, okay? They're excited. I want to see if any of them still alive.
As you look around, you can see that there's actually a couple of these old man Muppets that are near each other, kind of like crawling desperately, reaching out as if trying to hold each other's hands as they breathe out these raspy, dying breaths.
Can I cast any word to see if I can heal them?
Absolutely. However, when you conjure that magic and you unleash the spell, the magic of your word floating through the air, and you can see the spell land upon them, it has no effect. And that's a very strange thing to do, is you have the ability to heal magical and non-magical beings with this, but it does not appear to affect these Muppets.
Let's see. Is there a knowledge we can roll to see if they're even like maybe knowledge nature or something to know, see if it's even like a natural being, whether it's magical or not?
Could you please roll Knowledge Arcana for me?
Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
I do not have Arcana. I only have the future. Oh wait, nope, I do have Arcana. There it is. 17 plus 4.
It was written in Legends of Vorfall, an old book that you'd read at one point during your journeys, that the Muppets are actually an ancient being. They're effectively automatons. They're the keepers of the bastion of civilization of Vorfall, the hidden city where all the secrets of flavor are hidden, a place known by legend as Flavor Town. Now,
I'm going in the right direction.
and with that knowledge, you're confident that this is the way to Flavor Town. However, these Muppets can clearly be destroyed, but There's different working theories about how they work. Some believe that it's like a soul bound to some form of puppet. Others believe that they really are just simply hollow beings. It's rather conflicting reports from several hundred years ago. Ultimately, there's very little to go on, but the fact that healing magic isn't working on them does lend credence to the fact that the soul seems to be a separate entity from that which it is bound to.
Not part of the best.
What are the rest of you doing in this moment?
Pib is taking back his rapier and just goes and takes a bite out of the dude.
Okay.
Trying to get a sense of the flavor.
I wish to know what you taste like.
So you take a bite of the corpse, and tell you what, tell me, Ryan Pibb, have you had human before?
So you're asking too many questions.
I simply need a basis of comparison.
Yes.
This one seems to be especially muscly and tough. The flavor's not good. Mouthfeel, not enjoyable.
Gonna spit out the bite and turn to everyone else, eyes bugging out different directions once again. One eye blinks, then the other eye blinks. He goes, no. Hard, hairy, kind of salty.
I don't.
And then he's gonna go scrounging through pockets.
As you're scrounging about, you notice the two puppets that were like kind of dying near one another, and they look up and, hey, who are you? One of the old ones kind of like squints a bit with those like big round eyes, and like the eyelids just kind of squint over it.
I'm going to I think I'll crouch down to him, get too close into his face, and he's like, Ryan Pibb.
One of them looks over to the other, who, coughing and weak, looks up, and they exchange a glance, and they just both start laughing at you. What part of a name is that? It's only like half genuine coughing.
Ryan Pibb's brain is too smooth to comprehend their insult. Simply slides over it, and he's going to let everyone else know that like, these ones are still alive.
What are the rest of you gonna do?
So Lolly was going back to grab their crossbow and pauses as watching Ryan Pibb take a bite out of one, just staring, and then grabs the crossbow. And I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. I got distracted by a baby. And picking up the crossbow, it looks at the two Muppets like you're laughing at. I keep trying to say prime rib.
Prime rib, yep.
Prime rib.
Prime rib. and looking at those two, it's like I'm beginning to think these might be locals and not ingredients.
Oh, I think maybe some should have casted the mending spell on them instead of the healing spell.
When do you know the mending spell?
Not me.
Nobody takes the mending spell.
I think everybody's got a baby right now. Yours is much more awake than mine.
Yeah, she wakes up quick when food's involved.
She's like, heck yeah, no, mine falls asleep.
So they kind of like guffaw a bit as you bring them up, and they're like, oh, of course, we're eagles. Yeah, we've been living around these parts for 700 years. Oh, well, probably not living for too much longer, right? Yeah! Oh.
At least they're taking that death in stride.
One of them looks up. Ah. Well, that's all we can do. After all, these forces that broke into Flavortown, we couldn't defend the others. Ah, to think we were supposed to be the guardians of this place and we were so easily overwhelmed. Ah, but hey, once we're dead, we don't have to worry about any of this bullshit. Ha!
Still alive. Where is Flavortown?
Why should we tell you? You could be like the others.
I mean, we haven't attempted to kill you, and we just defended you against those psychopaths.
He's right, you idiot. You're the one that said that. You dumbass. If you...
Hey, Cat Mom, how you doing?
He extends this small little, like, furry, like, sort of fuzzy hand that points to the path continuing through the forest. Ah, God. Ay, ay, ay. Now we've all got babies. But he extends a small hand that points to the path that continues to cut through the copse of trees and out into the fields once more. They say, if you go that way, you'll find it, but I don't know how much is left. The people that broke through us, they've been ransacking the town. Ah, yeah, bunch of assholes they are. Takes one to know one.
Well, looks like we're gonna have to go take care of a couple of assholes.
I remember there was a sex tape about that.
Really?
Didn't that star you? Shut up! It starred Schmidt. That is you, isn't it? You don't know. I'm really old and I'm a muppet. They continue bickering amongst themselves for a few moments.
Right, so before you pass away, let's just take that.
What?
What do you care? You don't have your spectacles.
I can always take it back home.
Well, I guess you have your imagination too.
I don't have that anymore. Too old.
He beckons you down. That's a young man there. Name is Jung. Ask him about the tape. You'll know everything that you need to know.
Very good.
Oh.
Enjoy your death.
Finally, one of them seizes up. And their hand drops.
That's eventful.
Interesting creatures.
Are they all dead?
Hey, you fuckers! I'm not dead, just him!
Just hurry up and die already. I'll be happier that way.
Fuck you too!
Did you want us to carry you home before you died? Or just leave you here?
It doesn't matter. Once I'm dead, my soul will go back to the Crucible and it'll be placed in another automaton. Unless they destroy the Crucible, then things would be really fucked. Oh.
Do have soul. I will note that for future references.
Gibbs stands up and looks in the group and just, I did not bring any toilet paper.
You know those leaves from that right?
you're gonna say there's Muppets for that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, you could have did something for that.
We're going to say that in front of a dying Muppet. Hey, there's Muppets for that.
Oh,
Very small. I cannot carry the Muppet to deal with the assholes.
Well, I think we should move. Gonna move on it.
I guess so.
So are we just leaving this guy here?
Oh bloody hell! I'll pick him up. We'll bring him. But once he's dead, I'm dropping him.
oh, you're going to carry me, huh? Can I ask a favor then?
Sure.
Could you bring my old friend Lawford there? And he looks at the other dead Muppet.
Ah, sure, fine. And I'll pick up
As
his
you kind
friend.
of pick them both up, you see that he places this affectionate hand on the shoulder of his fallen friend. And this like small smile appears across their face for just a moment as they close their eyes, and then they too become limp in your grasp.
I know I said I'll drop them, but you know what? I'll do the honorable thing and bring them back to where they were from and kind of leave them there.
How to send them a proper burial. Right?
No, I was going to drop them there.
Proper dropping them there.
We can take care of that when we get to Flavortown.
Alright. So, as the DM dies,
It's just not.
ay, ay, ay. So, with a couple of the Muppets in tow, you make your way out of the small forest, once more into the rolling fields of Vorfall. And then you see it, once so far in the distance, but now drawing closer and closer. It's both everything you ever imagined it would be, and yet in that moment, so wrong. The bright, colorful stonework, the eccentric, leaning, exaggerated architecture, all the pictures that you'd ever seen didn't do it justice. Flavortown is like a grand spectacle. Magic and whimsy abound. But throughout most of it are large columns of smoke rising. Those bright, colorful stones, now chipped, cracked, and broken. Buildings lying in ruin. And the closer you draw to Flavortown, the worse the desolation appears. Ere long, you pass through the front gates, now abandoned, corpses of Muppets scattered about. It seems as though there's a main street leading up to a hill where there's a rather large house built, but there are a couple of streets kind of circling and cutting between some of the buildings, and winding alleyways and paths that you can take. How would you like to proceed into the city? What are you going to do?
There's definitely on cooking fires. That's for sure. As he kind of steps through the gate and kind of goes ahead of everybody to get a better look at the entire city before him.
Yeah.
We might need our help after all.
Yeah, and Gordon will put the Muppets in one arm and have like an axe out just in case of a surprise.
How many Muppets are laying around us currently? Are there a lot or a little?
There's a pretty good amount.
Stacks kind of thing?
A quick glance around, not stacks, there's probably 20 or so of them around, just sort of littered at the ground. It's pretty clear that they were struck down and simply left there.
Are they fresh?
Roll survival.
That's fresh cotton coming out the backs right there.
19.
Judging by the air exposure to the cotton and how it hasn't grown too damp from the moisture in the air, you reasonably think that these are pretty fresh kills.
I think these jackasses are still nearby.
Good, that'll make finding them easier then.
Is there like any path that the bodies are taking, like one way or the other? You said there's a lot of winding path.
Well,
It'd be tight.
that just launched something. So, would you guys please, for me, roll a group perception and investigation check. Everybody please roll both of those. The first natural 20 of the night.
7 for perception and 7 for investigation. I do not care that much. Oh,
I'll take those rolls. I'm good with those.
Okay, and Rhyme Pid, did you get those rolls too? Guys, man,
I'm the one who asked which way we were going, and I don't care enough to know where we're going.
I know people like that.
True influencer over here.
Where's
so
the
it's mostly thanks to a couple of you. But you're able to see that there's a good amount of, like, the path actually clears. There's a small hill overlooking a house, and it looks like there's less of them over there. It looks like a lot of the slaughter kind of went to the east. And as you're looking around and trying to really get your bearings for the city, as well as, oh, 1 second. And as you're trying to get your bearings and to figure out which way the attack went, you see that small building sort of cut off from the rest of it. And as you're just sort of taking in the area, you notice a little bit of movement within that solitary house.
Oh, I think we got movement in that house over there.
Which house?
That one.
I wasn't paying attention, I'm sorry.
Clearly, but that's why I'm pointing it out to you.
Hey, chef, how's it going?
Only ready third flail.
We should at least go see who it is. If it's nobody, we can move on and follow this path to slaughter. Otherwise, if there's someone alive over there that might have something useful for us.
Or we can just beat them up, depending on whether they want to beat us up.
It's true. Very true. We'll have the element of surprise also, I think.
True.
Let's go see what's
I'm very surprised by it.
Alright. So, how do you wish to approach this house?
I will.
Is there a way towards the house that we can move sort of unseen, like a back alley that heads that way, or do we just, is it just straight down a main street? Like, what's the best way to get there?
You do have to duck into some alleyways, and in fact, as you're approaching it, it kind of starts to stand to reason to you that this house wasn't particularly noticed, because you really had to make an effort to get through the alleyways to reach it.
It's probably a living market in there or something.
Yeah. Alright, let's go right down and try to be sneaky here. If they're up to no good.
So are we trying to sneak? Are we trying to sneak to the house then? Because I'm not going to be good at that. I'm just warning you ahead of time.
I'll just do what you can. Okay.
Pib would like to go ahead a little ways as a scout, try to sneak up as close as he can to the house.
Okay, so you're kind of tiptoeing up, carefully approaching, trying to watch for any sort of movements. And when you start getting up, just close enough to the window, ducking under, peek up to see what you can see. At that moment, I need you to roll a stealth check for me, please. And I'm going to roll a secret roll to counter that. Oh, man. Oh!
Nice.
He won.
You look at it, and there's some curtains drawn, but you can see shapes moving behind it. They don't appear very big. That's about all you can make out from your current vantage point. Would you like to try to investigate further, or go back and report what you found so far?
Pib will look for another spot. Try and get a better glimpse in there, or hear anything.
So you kind of circle around to the other side of it, and there's a small stack of crates that you can see that you can climb up to, and you can see through another smaller high window. You climb up the crates very slowly, gingerly creeping upward, trying not to make a sound. But you start to notice as you start just slowly bearing your weight down, a very quiet creep begins. I'd like you to please roll stealth and let's say acrobatics. As soon as you begin to step down and you hear the creak, it's almost as though your body responds before you think about it, and you just redistribute your weight. And you're able to silently creep up. And peeking into the other smaller window, kind of grabbing with your claw hands and pulling yourself up. Look at this. God damn. You look inside and you can see a small collection of Muppets in there. Most of them huddled up looking very sort of concerned and frightened, or at least as much as an expressive puppet can look. It's more from their mannerisms and just kind of general body language and demeanor that you're able to get more of a feel of what the vibe is in the room. One of them is seems to be speaking to some others. It's a thick pane window, so you can't really make out what's being said. But there's kind of like an awkward-looking green frog thing.
Oh no.
A strange-looking blue one with matted fur. Another one kind of has a strange-shaped head with tufts of hair upon it. And they're kind of over near this cauldron. And there's another one, it looks like sort of a pig, but they're donned in like martial arts robes.
Alright. Seeing that there's no obvious enemies, Pib, he's just gonna let go of the window, let himself cascade down, probably through the crates, before scampering back to the group and being like, "There's Muppets."
All right. So you let go and you just completely fall through the crates. You take 8 points of force damage as you just kind of let go and just like tumble through the crates. Large chunks of wood smacking you in the face, like having to pull bits of wood like out of your arms a bit as you get down. But you dust yourself off, and as you begin circling around to the front of the house to go back up, what's your PC? That succeeds. You suddenly hear this sort of creak of a door, and then you hear as you just take like a knife hand strike right to the gourd. As you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Shit.
A
Are you still up? Are you still conscious at this point? I guess that's only 16 points of damage. You're not that bad.
Ouch.
yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. You look up. And the like pig one standing there like in a fighting stance, like very carefully watching you, or at least as carefully watching as you can discern from, again, a fucking Muppet. The rest of you see that your comrade appears to have been attacked by a Muppet, and there's sort of a moment of awkward confusion. What are you guys going to do?
Are all of us here now? Did Pip come and grab us, or is it just Pip?
He's the only one there, but you guys are easily like within eye shot and earshot. You're like maybe 20, 30 feet away.
If I see him, like, basically collapsing himself because he decided to let go, I'm gonna come running up. Wait! We're not here to harm you! Come, please! Do I need to roll, like, a persuasion or something?
Roll persuasion, take advantage.
You need to buy that Muppet dinner first.
20.
Her guard lowers a bit. She says, "No, I must have thought that he was one of those nasty waiters. He does look a little gross, though, right?"
What agree with you, madam?
And not a problem. The frog emerges in the door as well and looks over and says, "Oh, well, it seems that you guys aren't with those raiders. Would you like to come inside? Oh, it looks like a couple of you were hurt, too."
Most certainly, we could use some aid, mending, and maybe some food and rest. We are here to help, though. We ran into some of your companions being fought by ghoulish creatures, and we decimated the ghoulish creatures attacking them, but we weren't able to save your comrades, unfortunately.
And I do have the comrades right here.
We did raid.
And he looks over and he says, "Oh no, Telstar and Lawford. Oh, I can't believe they're gone. I certainly hope that if they're reborn, that they have a better life than what this one gave us. Please, come inside." He, like, gestures with the awkward Muppet motions. Like, walks.
I gave a courteous bow, and then I gestured for the rest of our yours to get over here.
Right, I'm coming, hold on. She reaches on.
And, as you all draw in, it's pretty cramped quarters. The house clearly is made for, the Muppets, creatures of smaller stature than you guys. You all sort of feel like Gandalf when you go into, like, Bilbo's house, like, having to tuck your head down. But, the frog, just kind of gestures to the rather plain and humble furnishings available. "Please sit down and help yourselves. I could have Rakeen cook some food for you if you're hungry."
That would be very pleasant. We kindly accept your offer.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Part of the reason we came to Fight Town to begin with.
We all do appreciate a good meal.
The blue one looks up. "Oh no, I could try to make some food." And the frog hesitantly looks at them and says, "Well, no, Zoom isn't a very bad cook either. I'm sure he could probably whip up something pretty good." And he's like, "Oh yeah, just wait right there. I'll make something very, very good." And he like scampers off with those like wild like arms flailing all over the place, and you just see pots and pans flying out. And he comes out with smoothies.
Wait, did you say
Oh,
Zoom?
right.
Oh yeah, that's me. Zoom.
Zoom? One of your friends here had mentioned Zoom and a tape.
could just give a dejected sigh.
Yeah.
On my mixtape, huh? Check this out! And he puts in a mixtape of the most embarrassing, like, white boy rap you've ever heard. Just like, my name is Zoom and I like food. I don't know what fucking rhymes with food. Like, it's not good. Like, I need everybody to roll a Constitution saving throw.
I knew I can trust this
I'm like,
giant
don't even
monkey.
I got a 4.
Five.
5.
So, Bogarts and Cora both take 1 point of psychic damage.
Yeah, I do. Absolutely.
And Ashing, can I get that Constitution saving throw for you? And how you'll do it is where your stats are, you just click, oh, damn. You also take 1 point of psychic damage. As you just, like, it's, like, so bad that you want to throw up a little bit.
I think I do a little bit.
And he says, oh, don't worry, I'm much better at cooking than I am at rapping, but I think my mixtape is going to go somewhere someday. And he hands each of you guys a smoothie that looks dubious.
No, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I says. Now, just go right for it.
Oh yeah,
It's already better than a mixtape, that's for sure.
Oh, it's much better. I've been rated 5 stars on mouthfeel.
Item.
I'm gonna watch and see how he handles this before I decide to brave it myself.
Bogart, what you experience is something beyond comprehension. You get every flavor profile coming at you, and not in a subtle way. It is savory, it is sweet, it is spicy, there is umami, there is saltiness, there is everything all at once, and by the time you finish a full drink, you feel as though you've eaten a 3-course meal.
By the gods, it's a liquid 3-course meal. I've never had anything like it.
I'm gonna take a hesitant sip.
Lolly just starts downing it.
Oh, yes. So, taking a hesitant sip, you kind of get that sensation of all these flavors hitting you in a very just robust, in-your-face sort of way. But it's not until you fully, like, swallow the sip that you get that feeling of, oh, I've just eaten a whole bunch of different kinds of food.
I'm gonna finish my drink then.
All right?
I gingerly sip on it a little bit at a time because it's overwhelming.
And that's my best meal right there. Everybody that does drink this, you restore 10 hit points.
Yes.
Sweet. Oh, this is enough to put hair on your chest.
You've got hair everywhere.
Your chest on your chest, if that's what you're into.
I don't think I need any more chest, but thank you.
You can see the pig one kind of like looks down for a second and takes one and just chugs it. Frog looks over at her like, well, I mean, I think you're fine just the way, you know, like you don't really need anymore. Kind of like sniffs indignantly and goes away. Anyway, I wanted to thank all of you for bringing back Telstar and Lufford. I'll make sure that they get a proper burial. It really means a lot.
Yeah, right. Where'd these baddies go? These jerks that ransacked the village here. Flavortown.
One of the other ones, the one with the kind of touch of hair, just goes, I hope that came through.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, it probably came through on the stream, but again, Discord is ass, so, but they're just doing high-pitched meat, and the frog said, I agree with you, boy, that's, it really is just a shame. You see, these forces that came to Flavortown, they came here to wipe us all out so that they could claim the ultimate flavor for themselves. We've been tasked with guarding it for over 700 years, and nobody's ever managed to find Flavortown, let alone raise half of it. Oh, such sad times we live in.
Well, we're here to help get rid of them. So that's what we're gonna do. We're definitely gonna help get rid of them.
Do you know anything about these jerks?
Well, the one who's leading them, and he gives a bit of a shudder. His Guy's Fear. He's a warlord from another land, at least that's what I heard some of the other people referring to him as. And he thinks that he can claim the power of flavor for his own.
None of we have anything to do about it?
Oh no, it's much worse than you think. You see, flavor represents more than just how things taste. If you claim the essence of flavor for yourself, well, you would have the power to change what flavor is. And flavor is one of the 5 senses by which people experience reality. If you can change flavor, you can change somebody's cognition of reality.
Yeah, well, I like flavors just the way they are, so let's go fix that right.
Yeah, that sounds terribly dangerous. We probably shouldn't let random people that like raise villages just have that.
I didn't spend 60 years in a kitchen just to have people go changing what things taste like. I'm too old to learn all over again.
Yeah, I just perfected my recent recipe.
If all the flavors change, my show is just I gotta restart.
That's so hard to be able to just take them out like that. You're a huge force, and I couldn't even beat all of them. The frog nods. It's true, she's one of our strongest warriors, and I was barely able to get her out of there. If you guys were to go down, it'd be suicide. And then the one on the top of hair goes, me, 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 me. Oh, that's a good idea. You see, to claim the secrets of flavor, guys went down to the Ziggurat. It's a secret place located underneath the town of Flavortown. However, there's another entrance you guys could use. It's been sealed since before we were put here. And I don't know, there could be dangerous traps, but it might get you there before Gaius arrives.
Seems as a short.
If worst comes to worst, I have zip-zap powers, so I'll just electrocute them.
We go, we beat Gaius, we eat Gaius.
You just want to eat everything, don't you?
No, last are actually very unflavorful.
Well, if you're going to go, then we'll at least do what we can to help you. And he goes over and says, hey, June, can they have some of the stuff that you've been holding on to? Oh, yeah, I don't mind giving them some of that. And he starts going through this big pile of just stuff, odds and ends and sundries. And most of it looks like useless junk, but he hands some of you guys, like, there's like a really nice chef hat that he hands one of you, and like a chef coat as well. And he hands you a little wooden wand, and it looks like at the very end there's like 3 holes etched into it.
What did these do?
Oh, okay. So this chef's hat makes you like really, really smart and good at cooking, which is really important in Flavortown. And this coat, he holds it up proudly, it can resist even really hot grease. And this is my favorite seasoning one. So, mechanically, the chef's hat, if you equip it and attune to it, you will have resistance to psychic damage. The chef's coat, functionally is just leather armor, but you also get resistance to fire damage. The wand of seasoning gives you +1 to your spell attack rolls, and you learn that as long as you have it and you're attuned to it, you can cast prestidigitation. And I believe it was Cora that ended up with the spreader, right?
Yeah, I have the spreader.
Title.
She's got the spreader. Oh yeah.
So pleased with myself right now.
You know, they never let me wear a chef's hat, and I thought I said, I wouldn't mind trying it on. No one else cares.
That's fine. Go ahead. Maybe you'll make it for your black spectacles.
Pib would raise his hand like, I wish to try that.
I can't do anything with the wand, and I have armor on. So.
All right then. Hands that coat or the hat over to Ryan Pib and takes the coat for himself.
So Pib's going to just put on for a second. His eyes are going to level out once again, and they're going to shrink with like horror before he takes it off and hands it back. Brain, it's so big. It hurts.
But that's too much at once, kid.
He just kind of squeals in agony.
Take that as a yes.
Right.
To me, like ours in opposite direction.
So, real quick, I want to check in. We're a couple hours in. I know that we have to start pretty late. How is everybody doing right now?
I'm feeling so far.
I'm doing okay.
I'm anticipating, just kind of based upon the current rate, we're probably like an hour and a half to 2 hours from the end, give or take. If people are starting to feel like, hey, I'm losing momentum, like I can cut some stuff out and draw to an end faster.
Well,
Is
I
everybody
already
feeling?
past midnight, so if that matters to anybody, I can always just drop out and let the rest of you guys play. It's not that big of a deal.
Would we prefer to try to wrap it up in an hour?
An hour sounds good.
Because I think I can do it. We're gonna the pace is gonna pick up, but
Yeah, no, we're just here to play.
excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So as you get a chance to gather your items, we can assume you also do a short rest there. That will give you time to attune to an item if you have one, and you can spend some hit die if you would like to recover any additional HP you need. Also, since you'll have the chef feat, you can prepare food that can restore HP. So I'll give you guys a second if you'd like to roll any hit die to restore HP or anything like that.
So the drink we had, was that 10 HP?
It was 10 HP, yes. So if that topped you off, you're good to go.
Yeah, I only lost the 1 hit point when I got Screechy Terrible Rap Away song going on there. So when I drank, it helped me back out.
Excellent. All right.
But the rest did bring back up my spell and stuff, so.
Oh yeah, because you're a warlock. I was like, bullshit. Oh yeah, it does. Okay then.
Being a warlock for that reason. I sell my soul for my 1d10 cantrip.
I'll sell my soul for 50 views.
Yeah, but I sell my soul for 50 views.
Subscribe to my patron's Patreon. All right. So after you get a chance to rest, the frog guides you outside, and there's a rather large stone, and he takes you to a grassy knoll just beside it, and you can see there's different spots that he starts touching, and you hear this click. And part of the stone, you can start to see an outline form, as with a low grind that lowers down, revealing a dark, dank passage descending underground.
That's an interesting trick.
This is the secret entrance down to the ziggurat. And remember, that's where the secret, the source of all flavor is. I really do hope that you can beat Gaius there, because if he claims the power of flavor for himself, reality itself may change.
I hold my hand out for a handshake. Tell him thank
He
you.
puts the limp Muppet hand and shakes your hand a little bit.
Thank you. Thank you for your assistance and everything that you've done for us. We'll do our best to make sure that what remains of Flavor Town does not get decimated any further.
That means a whole lot to hear that. Thank you guys very much for all the help.
No, thank you for your help.
I think I'll be back for that recipe later when we're all done here.
You just simply went oh man, I will make 100 of those if you can say flavor.
That's the plan. Not gonna waste my life's work on that.
Let's go say some flavor.
Go save some flavor.
Savor the
Savor
flavor.
the flavor savor. The flavor savior?
Flavor saviors.
Here.
Flavor saviors.
Excellent. So, let's just get a general map so you're not looking at that the whole time.
Over here like, we're still in the forest.
You take one last look at everything. The desolation of the town. The Muppets with their hopeful gazes upon you, knowing that you're descending into the struggle to save flavor itself. And there's something odd for a moment. The blue sky isn't blue. A strange, otherworldly light, pulsing colors, almost seem to appear. And like a whisper in a dream, it's dawn. Strange sort of thing. But you collect yourselves and descend into the tunnels. Now this is where I know those of you who have it are going to tell me that you have dark vision.
I have double sight.
Great. So, the path leads down some old stone steps, worn from countless years. I assume are you guys going to cast any, or using any kind of torch to light for the non-dark seers?
I have light, so I can cast light as a spell
Yeah.
for anybody who doesn't have.
Yep.
Excellent.
Are you also a warlock? We have 2 warlocks in the party.
2 warlocks. Yep.
Didn't see you guys then.
That's right.
Alright, we got double light. One will stand close to the front, one will stand close to the back, so we're fully surrounded by light.
I'll take the lead this time. Despite my cool vision on the surface, I do better in the dark anyways.
I mean, same.
Let an old man take charge for once.
So, the tunnels descend down for some time, until you eventually come out into a large open chamber, where as you look around, it's almost like there are so many winding tunnels coming in and out, and ancient scaffolding going down, that it's almost like ant tunnels. And there at the bottom is a large stone ziggurat, with a strange red glow. It's so far under the surface of the earth that you can actually feel the heat of the earth beginning to rise. That orange glow illuminating the time-worn stone of the ziggurat. A path leading up to it. And before the ziggurat, there's like a little island. I'm just gonna set myself over here. And that island has a small altar atop it, the ziggurat residing in a sort of like lake of magma. And you discern that there's something on that little island that you can take a path down to that will get you where you need to go. And so you begin your descent. It's treacherous. But after what feels like several hours of travel, you come out in an open, rocky area. You begin to approach, seeing. Just grab you guys over here. Again, my apologies. Normally, I like to start a little earlier so I've got more time, but I'm going to just kind of cut to the chase for you guys here.
No problem.
Yeah. Something we're like way over there.
But you finally make your descent. The heat of the lava is sweltering. Caked in sweat and dirt from the long, hard journey through the tunnels. You feel exhaustion beginning to gnaw at you. I need everybody to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Nice. I'm sure.
Old man's not having it.
I
Wait, I
know.
have an inspiration.
Oh man, like I'm gonna die of heat exhaustion.
Yes, I'll die then.
Ah! Yeah,
I'm just gonna die.
I got 12 altogether.
Anybody that has rolled below a 15, does incur one level of exhaustion.
But I rolled 20.
You draw closer and you feel something. An overwhelming magical aura. Even those who are not so inclined to the arcane arts can feel magic buzz in the air. But that's when you hear it. Stepping forward on the other side. A terrifying image. Several guards, armed with bows, precede him. As he steps forward,
That must be joyous.
large and terrifying, his armor painted with decals to look like rising flames creeping up.
Yeah, it is.
Sunglasses obscuring his eyes. But most terrifying of all, his frosted tips. He steps forward. You didn't think that I'd let you have the secrets of flavor so easily, did you?
You didn't think that we let you have the secrets of flavor so easily.
Still the word
Did
right
you?
after.
Yeah, what she said.
Just then, he pulls out this giant two-handed chef knife, and he levels a gaze from behind those sweet, sweet shades, and he says, "Then let's see who's gonna make it back to Flavor Town."
May the tastiest chef win. I say, ready my hands.
His hands clutch tighter on the weapon. He says, "We're taking you on a road rocking trip down to Flavortown, where the gravitational force of bacon works the laws of space and time. Roll for initiative."
Actually, I'd like some of that bacon if you don't mind.
I am not as upset about fighting this time. I got 11.
Ooh!
You got
My only good roll in that, second good roll.
Better than a 7.
True.
I was not interested in fighting last time. This time I'm like, I had some witty banter. I'm down for fighting.
Yeah, I'll take it. Let's fight a little bit.
I don't want to zigzag somebody.
When did this turn into an X-rated stream?
Always?
Why not?
You got a 17. And Aura, what did you get?
11.
Oh,
Much better than a 7.
and Schmidt, what did you get?
18.
What are you doing, man? You got a 5.
Oh, fuck yeah.
He's gonna go
yeah.
first on the second turn.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Boy, that's not
Hey,
great.
he super wants to fight. Look at that 23.
You know.
Like, I'm all about it.
Alright, just grab one more step luck here and let it in. Okay. So, this one is, let me see here. This guy's going to move up. He's going to take a shot at you. Baby. Oh, fucking craze!
Holy shit.
So it's still just like it's one of those things that it would have caught you right in the heart, but you turn just in time and it's a glancing blow as you take 4 damage. And he takes another shot at you. 16 succeeds. Adds you for another 3, so then it grazes your side. As you can see from kind of behind this cowl, this wicked grin as they reach back ready to knock another arrow. That's not what I named you.
Not what I named you. What's wrong with you?
Bastard. Whatever, that's fine.
Just put it open.
I don't. So he is going to run. We're going to roll athletics. But yeah, he just leaps across it.
Of course he does. Because why wouldn't he?
Damn it.
As he lands in a superhero pose, he gets up. Peace, love, and taco grease. And as he lands, Lolly, you see an opening to attack. It's your turn. Bogart, you're on deck next. Good boy.
So, this part right here, is that a wall? Like, or can I see over it?
It's like a handrail going up this really worn old stone bridge.
Okay.
So you can see over it.
So, Lolly is right here. I'm going to shoot Frere.
Yeah.
Crossbow. 22.
That succeeds. Roll for damage.
7.
Nice. So you shoot, and it just barely grazes his arm. Is there any other action you'd like to take?
No, but
Or
all
bonus
is,
action on that?
no, I'm good. I'm gonna end my turn and save on that too.
Excellent. Bogart used to see an opening in his defenses and an opportunity to act. It is your turn. Rhyme Hib, you are up next.
So, knowing that they're now at the precipice of what is possibly could be the end of flavor, Bogart knows. It's no time. This wasn't even my final form. Now I'm going to first cast as my action Radiant Soul to initially transform, gaining glimmering eyes and grow wings. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to use Form of Dread, and as my patron shifts me into something far more dreadful and hideous. Does the DM want to give me a form?
Yes, I do. Let's see here. You transform into this.
How beautiful. I love it. Really amazing.
This is something I think I actually saw.
The pterodactyl.
And as part of my action for Radiant Soul, it lets me take an attack for free as part of that turn. So I'm going to then cast Eldritch Blast from my stomach mouth.
Yeah!
Highest fear. And just vomit out this blast of energy right at him.
Fantastic. 10 out of 10.
Oh god, the rolls are so bad.
You should have just brought your own dice, man.
I normally roll my own dice, but I just wanted to play with Roll20 tonight, so.
Is that your final answer?
I don't think I had any more inspiration, did I? I used my D10 from earlier. Yeah, that's just how it's gonna be.
It is what it
He
is.
reaches up and grabs your Eldritch Blast and just dissipates in his hand and says, I'm the ambassador to Flavor Town. And that's your turn then. Rhyme Hib. You have just seen that Bogart became a whole lot of what the fuck. And Guy Fieri is running at you, and that's a whole lot of what the fuck. And really, this whole day has been a whole lot of what the fuck for you.
Your eyes are just going everywhere right now.
They look like they're having like their own like rave party. In fact, they're spinning the circus. I think I'm going to move over here, and as I pass by everyone, I just kind of mutter to myself, I wish I never got picked out of that fire. And
It's probably what happened.
that's a special,
That's a whole different story for another time.
yeah.
Just got a point of inspiration. Fuck yeah.
And I'm going to ready my bow and try to shoot this big frosted tit fuck from over behind this little rail.
Oh,
Excellent. that your final answer?
Did I hit him or did it like bounce away?
If you have any points of inspiration gifted to you from the chat, you can use those. But if not, then yeah, 16 does not succeed. Alright, so in that case, would you like to do any movement or is that your turn?
Oh, I just saw a D-Dead message pop up, so I will roll once more.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Go ahead and roll. Can we consistently roll above a 10?
Nice.
Hey! Roll for that damage.
Oh, please hurt.
That's gonna be sexy.
Please hurt.
That was some decent damage right there. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice, damn.
Good damage.
Well, I don't think you would have gotten sneak attack though. Because you don't have any allies within 5 feet of them. Roll a stealth check for me real quick.
Seal. Oh, I got too many notifications on my screen.
Oh, I've got an 84 too. Alright.
Stop giving the DM.
The Baron of Eyes! Alright, yeah, so you just kind of sneak off and you duck behind that to kind of break line of sight and you go out and shoot and you catch him right in the shoulder, dealing a total of 14 damage. It looks like I'll roll 2 more d6 for me. The slash R space 2d6.
Why do I like that? No. That's not liking that.
Okay, so slash R space 2d6. I'll just go ahead and do it real quick. Okay, so that's going to be 14 plus 9 is going to be 23 points of damage. So very significant hit. As you just catch, like, he's like coming over and he's got that chef's knife, and like he's sort of like just getting back up and you catch him right in the chest. And it doesn't look like it pierces too far, but you deliver a very considerable hit against him. And that is your turn, which brings us to Aisling. It is your turn. Guy Fieri looks pretty pissed. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to make sure that I have a good line of sight over a little bit closer up to the grid.
Excellent.
And I'm going to use my crossbow and try to hit him right where he was supposed to be.
Fantastic. Roll to attack. You should be able to click like the crossbow on your character sheet and it should roll.
Okay, so it's 19.
19?
Yeah.
That's absolutely hits. Go ahead and click where it says crossbow light and roll for damage. 8 damage. Alright, solid. So you land another solid hit against him as you take aim and loose a bolt that sinks into one of his legs. And just like irritated, goes down and grabs it and rips it out as he continues walking forward with a very menacing, flavorish aura about him. Is there anything else or any movement that you would like to do?
Can I cast Ray of Sickness? Unless you can poison.
I believe that is an action, so I don't think you can. Let me see.
Okay.
Sickness is, yep, one action. So you can take an action, and if you have a spell that's a bonus action, you can do that, but otherwise, yeah.
Okay, then I think I'm done.
Excellent. So that's going to be, this guy is going to step forward. And since they can clearly see that little kobold, he's going to take a shot at you. 16 does does succeed, so let's roll for another one. Oh, he catches you for 10 piercing. And 13 does not succeed, so you're just kind of there, and you just shot Guy Fieri, and you're feeling really cool right there, Ryan. And then, like, you just get an arrow in the shoulder. Like, oh. But then, like, you see them taking aim, and you just, like, duck behind the wall as it just, like, bounces right off the ground where you were. Which leads us to this guy, who's going to come up this way. And he's going to take a shot at Ashley. 7 does not succeed. Just kind of harmlessly goes well above your head. 20, however, does succeed. And that will get you for 8 points of piercing damage. Like just as you hit Guy Fieri, like it's almost like his minions like listen and respond to it and just start like volleying against you guys. However, as the counterattack is mounting, Cora, you have an opportunity to attack. What are you going to do?
Let's see. I have been contemplating a couple of things, but I think I'm going to cast my thunderclap right here. Right, these three here. So they're going to take. They're going to make con save these 3, and we'll see how much they get back for us.
Alright, so that is going to be, I believe that's a con save, so let me roll that real quick.
3 con saves.
They all succeed.
Ah, these bitches. Well, at least they all get hacked though, so let's see. Let's see. 13 total, so half that.
That looks like roll 20 favoritism to me, because that's 19, 20, 21 consecutively.
I know, right?
Just saying.
So as you conjure that spell and unleash it, you can see that it pretty clearly lands at the intended point of impact. However, the 3 of them are very quick to respond and very hardy in constitution, and the spell doesn't quite seem to take the full effect that you would expect, but they do still appear damaged.
I kind of just want to make the face.
Nice. Alright, and I believe that's your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent, so this guy's going to come up. They're going to take a shot at Lolly. 18 just succeeds your AC, so that's 7 points. And that one, just like, kind of like cuts his hand a little bit on the arrow and takes 5 points of piercing damage himself.
Ha! Serves you right.
And lastly, this one's going to come up. And seeing this big fucking thing here is going to start shooting at the pterodactyl. 15 succeeds against your AC.
This mimic pterodactyl thing.
Pterodactyl. Like spelled with
And
pterodactyl.
you know what, actually?
Fuck off.
That's going to be a 19.
Fuck off.
So they deal a total of 13 piercing damage as they volley a couple of arrows against you. And as all this is happening, we reach the end where, Gordon, it is your turn. What do you do?
I see it's getting too hot in the kitchen here, and I suggest you should probably just go off and die somewhere and leave the recipes all with us. I'm just gonna move right there, and I'm gonna stay there.
Excellent. So you're going to just hold your place there?
Yes.
Alright. This guy here, he's going to move that because he doesn't have a particularly good word to say. He's going to go here and he's going to try to take a shot at Gordon, but I'm going to give you partial cover. 22 is still going to do it even more. So it gets you for 6 points of piercing damage. This is great. I'm having fun. Are you guys having fun? I'm loving this.
No!
Stop having fun.
Here we go. Then finally, he's back up. Yeah! Yeah!
Too close.
That'll be a
Brandon
21
made a
against
terrible
Joe.
Z character.
Oh, shit.
Dude, that... God dang.
Oh,
Is that 4 for cool?
So you made a boss for third level players, right? Not fifth, sixth level players.
That's what I'm questioning.
So, Joe, what's your max HP?
22.
How much HP did you just have?
Oh wait, no, I have 22 right now. I had max 28.
Cool, okay, so you're just no worries. So he just runs up and just downs you immediately.
Rude.
And he's going to take a swing at him, but with a 16 does nothing. But I've got a D4.
Why do you have an E4?
Somebody hit me.
Cat.
You guys
Gave him
have
dice
this.
he doesn't need.
Just succeeds against your armor class, and he's going to 33 points of slashing damage.
Rude. Got it.
I think you're down. And that is going to be his turn. So,
My turn?
Lolly, I'm going to need you to do a death save,
Okay.
as I believe you're unconscious now.
Yeah. Okay. It's Constitution, right?
Mm-hmm.
13.
One success.
He's gonna find all of his D&D
Once
one
again, your
shots.
turn.
He always
Shit's getting
kills
bad
me
really
somehow.
fast.
It is.
I should have brought some of the milkshakes with me. Like, open up mouth, pour milkshake in.
Yeah, that would probably help us all. But I didn't think of video either.
You're like, these milkshakes are bomb. Let's leave them behind.
We all regretted later.
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were definitely made.
Okay, so nobody has gotten it either. So the cool thing about 5th edition is 1 point of magical healing and you're back in the fight. So it's not like you're dead.
Who has magical healing right now?
I have healing word.
Yeah, healing word can get somebody back in the fight.
Stay
But
alive.
Schmidt, so what are you going to do? You're in a very clutch moment right now.
Yeah. He hits super hard.
He makes the big ouch.
He does. God, these guys have range, don't they?
They have quite the range.
They've got quite a bit of range.
They've been longbows.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a suggestion, like, now is not a time to pull punches.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not pulling punches. I don't have a lot to throw at him at level 3, so.
Same.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me measure that out again. So I need to go. Alright, so I'm gonna fly around him.
Okay.
I don't have access to the token.
concentration.
There we go. And I'm gonna blast him with. Where's my spells at? The arms of Hadar.
Alright. Natural 1.
So I hit him with, I got 6-1-1, of course. Of course. Might as well just be 1-1-1. So I hit him for 8 damage.
I would like you to roll that again. He nat failed against it, so I do spell crits here. That's how I do shit.
Let me just, okay. Let me roll that again. So 12. So that's going to be 20 damage.
He is looking pretty haggard after that, like, not bloody, but he's taken some pretty good hits.
He's hurting.
Oh, crap. I was going to...
What else you got?
I had a bonus action that I was going to cast first, and I forgot.
That's okay.
I was going to hit him with Hex for the extra bonus damage.
Let's just assume you did it. And, what stat would you like to give him disadvantage on?
Strength.
Excellent.
Wise move, my friend. A wise move.
And I'm going to mark him so that I can remember that he's got that. Let's give him this. Okay?
Alright, so just 2 more damage on the Hex, but it's every attack I hit him with for the duration of the spell.
Alright. And with that,
That was my turn.
next up is Ryan Hill.
Alright, being as shit's officially hit the fan, Ryan's gonna pop out of his cover right over here, and I'm gonna use my grapple power and egg. Once per short rest, and actually can cower, distract foes. So I'm just going to let this. I'm gonna squeal again. It's like, ah, that hurt. To draw guys' attention directly on me, and hopefully away from everybody else.
So what's this ability called?
Grapple, cover, and beg. Once per short rest as an action, you can cower to distract foes until the end of your next turn. Allies gain advantage on attacks against enemies within 10 feet of you can see.
Okay, so everybody will have advantage against him.
Yep.
And I'm going to try one.
That's really good, actually.
Nice.
And he looks directly at you. And he's like, just whispers, shut the front door. And that would be your turn. That brings us to Ashley. It's your turn and shit ain't good.
Yeah. I think it's time to fight fire with fire. I'm gonna cast Firebolt directly at him.
Okay, go ahead and roll, normally you take disadvantage when you're casting a ranged attack within 5 feet of something. In this case, I think we can just attack normally because he's so fucking big that I think that rule kind of goes out the window.
You can attack in the back.
Huh? Huh?
Oh, that was awful.
Oh, really awesome.
Really?
Just roll it again. It's fine.
Like,
I've never seen so many nat ones in a game. Roll for damage.
I know. We saw a bunch of lizards that day.
Okay. You catch him with a firebolt, and he's just like, oh, man. Oh. That was capital T tasty.
Can you just eat it?
And if you'd like, you can bonus action. I think you have healing word.
Yes,
Pretty
I
sure
have
it's on
healing word.
If you pass out on Joe, you can make him or Kim. They can be conscious again.
Okay, I'm gonna cast this healing word for Joe, because I need out of it.
Alright, go ahead and okay, he gets 5 points of healing. Now, God willing, I don't do your max HP plus 5 points of damage in the next attack, but we'll see how that goes.
We'll see what happens. Why not?
Alright, but yeah, Joe is, the Gordon is everything went black after that massive attack. You just suddenly, as your blurry vision comes back to you and you regain consciousness with a deep pain gasp. Next up are these guys. They're gonna go for the pterodactyl. 15 succeeds. You get you for 10. And then they hit Guy Fieri for another 6. As they just crit fumble, they just like hit him right in the back of the neck. He's ah! You can't like reach the arrow to get it out.
Like those muscle guys who can't reach the attack.
That's going to be a 19 to go for the pterodactyl. They get you for 4.
Okay.
And then 13, I think just succeeds in your armor class. So another 6.
How you holding up?
All those were on me.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, I'm down now.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Our mimic dactyl.
Yeah.
So,
Our mimic
that
dactyl
brings us to Cora. It is your turn, and things are not great.
I'm taking 5 death, and I'm going to attack Guy here. I'm going to use command, so he needs to make a wisdom save.
11. You
11.
succeeded.
Oh, you're right. I tell him to grovel, so he falls prone until the end of his turn.
Okay. He falls prone. And as he falls down onto his knees, he just tears streaming out of his eyes. Says, "This is money." Down on the ground. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that'll be it for this turn.
Excellent. So these guys are.
Yes, it's trouble from me.
He's gonna try to attack at. Nope. Just launches a couple arrows, and this guy is going to. This guy's gonna just kind of start moving up here a little bit. As in that moment, Gordon, you are getting back up weakly. The fight is not going well. But you still have some fight left in you. What are you gonna do?
Alright. I'm gonna attack. And advantage, correct?
Yep.
And you just got another D10 too.
Oh, nice.
And go ahead and roll again as you have advantage. That's the teach roll for with damage.
And another attack there.
Yeah.
Roll for damage. Big old critties. Is that? I think you need to roll another d6.
Yeah, it didn't add a crit for some reason.
Alright, 1d6.
D6.
Not sure it's space 1.
Alright, Okay.
There you go.
7.
And then he's gonna say, "I'm not done with you yet." And he's gonna do action surge.
Yeah. What do we do?
Action!
Yell it to the
Oh.
heavens.
Action surge.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah!
Another crit.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then
And I think we need another D6
Yeah, you'll have to add
again.
another.
6.
Come on, you six, roll something good.
Ah, damn.
Three better than one.
Hell yeah.
True.
nice.
He's now bloodied. And you get one more attack because you action surged.
Over here groveling for me, and you're just beating the heck out of his fucking head over here.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot!
D18 does connect, so go ahead and roll for damage on that.
7 more damage.
Sleep for the sleep for the sleep for the sleep.
Why won't you die?
5 more damage.
You unleash this onslaught of attacks against Guy Fieri as he's groveling before you. And he is looking bloody and beaten, but still fighting. Would you like to move or stay where you're at?
I'll stay where I'm at. I'll chance it.
Very good. This guy's gonna take a shot at Joe. 22 succeeds.
And
So
that's
you
a
take
bit
some
of
damage and you're down.
Damn it.
So Guy Fieri is gonna get back up. That's gonna take half his movement. I think just about everybody's down, right?
nearly.
Two people down.
So he's gonna head down here. So then you didn't have a melee weapon equipped, so you can't take an attack. Technically, if you want, Kara, you can do an unarmed attack with an attack of opportunity against Guy Fieri.
You can punch him! Punch him in the nose!
Great matches.
Can't command the shots.
Me in the dick!
Right.
Fortunately, it doesn't quite succeed. But he's going to attack. So that'll be a 17 to hit Rhyme Hib.
Oh, shoot.
That, that being said, I do have that D10 that I'm supposed to use. It does bring it down to 16, which unfortunately still succeeds. 33 points of slashing.
Not bad.
Alright. He's going to just circle around and that will be his turn. So, that brings us to Kim. Can you please roll that save for me? Success.
Good job, Ben.
Yay! I'm
And
happy.
shoot.
I think
And
you're gonna.
you.
You're leaving.
Okay.
Oh no! You're not living!
Not
He's
living.
not dead yet, though.
You're not dead yet, but you're not living!
I'm riddled with arrows. It looks like a
That
pin
means
cushion.
Ryan Hib, please roll that saving throw.
I'm very badly.
But you still make it.
That is a success.
Nice.
Yay!
Great.
Which brings us to Ashley. Do you have any particular spells that might heal somebody, get them back in the fight, and or something?
On my spell slot for Kingdom, the only thing I do have right now, I have the Anchor spell. The add slot.
can't bring anybody back, then just attack Guy.
Yeah.
Get him.
Kill the bitch ass.
I'm gonna shoot a fireball again. Try to knock him down the peg.
And I hope he doesn't eat it this time. That was rude last time. He's just rude.
Alright, that was 6.
Yes, that's a yes. We can. I think I can figure something out. Well, thank you guys for the bits. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Damon. Appreciate both of you very, very much. And hold up there. I think the audience is cooking up an Ex Machina for you guys. You know what? Tell you what we're gonna do. You begin ruffling through your pack, desperately trying to find something in your spell components. And as you look in, you find what looks like this shining gem that's filled with some kind of sauce. And as you touch it, this incredible umami coats your palate. And as you breathe in the air, it's sweeter. And Guy looks over and he's like, What's this flavor? Oh my god, that reminds me of the best breakfast sandwich I ever had once. But it's like breakfast, but it's not. It's something else. What is this flavor? And the shining light goes on, and all of you unconscious people, suddenly, your palates are filled with this incredible flavor. It's unlike anything you've ever tasted. And you can hear the voice of Zhu. I made something very special for you. The voice grows distant in those next few moments. I'm going to bring each of you guys back up. We're effectively going to cast a mass healing word. You're all back conscious again with 18 points of health.
Yes.
And Guy Fieri is now stunned until the end of his next turn. But I'll say that the use of that was your action. Alright?
And
So these scouts, seeing everybody get back up, they're going to start popping shots off.
Sorry.
One doesn't work.
Not.
The second one manages to get, it looks like Schmidt. No! That's going to be a disadvantage. Still gets you. He just grazes you for 4 points of damage. This other guy is going to try to take his shots at Ashley. Mind you, Ashley, you also got healed for that much as well. The first one does get you for 6 points of damage. They fire another one, 15. Does succeed. For 8 points, but you've already killed for more than that anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. And Cora, you've just come back from the power of Ex Machina flavor. What are you going to do?
You're muted.
Yep.
I'm going to use a poison spray and see if I can get him with that. So he needs to make a constitution.
He does succeed.
Okay. I'm going to take I'm going to step up this way.
Excellent. That's right. You take it.
All night.
So he takes a shot at Joe, but hits Guy Fieri. And ends up just kind of jamming his bow, breaking his arrow, and we're just going to give him one attack for that, because that's a nat one, he should feel stupid. With 2 attacks directed at Gordon, Gordon just like gets up and just like the first one you just like burn and it flies past you harmlessly. The second one you actively swat away with your axe.
Nice.
And right as soon as you do that, you see an opportunity to attack. What are you going to do with it?
Alright, so I'm gonna move right here. And then I'm just gonna unleash my breath weapon right on him.
Alright, and I believe in Ceda's son, he automatically feels this, so just go ahead and roll. 8 points. Excellent.
And then
And I think that's your action. And I think because you can only attack with your offhand if your action is attacking with your main hand, so I think that might be all you got.
yeah,
Unless you want to second wind.
yeah,
Which might not be a
that's what I was
bad
looking at was second win. I'm gonna do that.
Excellent. You restore 11 points of HP as you just draw in a deep breath, preparing yourself for further battle. Hopefully not much further. We'll see. Just where attack as Joe, that's going to be 19. They take 10 points of that right away again. Damn. I'm tired of me rolling so well. God.
Where did you kill Joe?
Gosh.
Did he die?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Died.
None of you have died. Guy Fury is stunned until the end of his turn. At which point,
Hey, Moon Fox.
Lolly, you've regained
How you doing?
consciousness and have tasted the most incredible thing you've ever experienced. What are you going to do?
So, well, after tasting one of the best tastes I've tasted in a while, is going to use Misty Step and teleport to right here.
Okay.
Also had dropped the crossbow and is going to attack with their flail.
Okay. Roll to attack with advantage. Excellent. That connects. Roll for damage.
10. And I want to use. Is it second wind to attack again, or
Action search.
action surge? Action
Excellent.
surge!
Yeah! Alright. Roll to attack.
Flailing onto me. Ah.
You get another one.
Come on, flail. Ah.
Well, okay.
Unless...
Unless I want to use the inspiration that Katie gave me. I think it was.
Absolutely.
I think it was a 10.
Go ahead and roll that. Still not quite enough, unfortunately. But he's not holding on. Like, he's almost out of here.
Literally,
That'll be your turn to see us holding on by a thread. So, Bogart. This is like the worst day of your life. And it's all because of this fucker.
Literally the worst. Because all I did up until this point was cook for 50 years.
Hey, Jude, how's it going?
he's like, I'm just an old man. I live my life finding the secret of flavor.
I wanted to end my life with the secret of flavor, okay? So, let me look at my spells real quick. It doesn't say that I lose
would assume if it's a magical effect, most magical effects do end when you go unconscious.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was just trying to see if it clarified it in the spell description or not. So both of those have worn off, and now I'm just my old decrepit self. But he still has... No, Hex is not on there, is it?
Oh, actually, I'm going to need you to roll several Constitution saves because I forgot the Hex. No, is Hex concentration? I think it is.
Well, yeah, it's concentration. Yep.
I'm actually going to assume, since you fell unconscious, let's just assume it ended.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I got hit multiple times in a row. I wouldn't have had time to really, like, even think about concentration. So, that's fine. I guess all I got left is, Eldritch Blast. So, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come back to my feet. Yeah, I think I might move up just a little bit. Slowly. No, come back to me. I'm just gonna move up to the wall and kind of lean against it, holding myself up, put a hand out, and attempt another Eldritch Blast at semi-close range and hope that it lands.
Alright.
So,
Wow.
20. I actually hit with an Eldritch Blast.
Yay!
Oh,
Interesting.
folks.
Nice.
For 9 damage.
Okay, you blast, like large chunks of him just blast out from that. He is not long for this world.
Take that, you wretched fuck.
As soon as that happens, I believe that's your turn.
That's it. That's all I got.
At that moment, Ryan Kidd, you see the perfect opening to go and attack. What are you gonna do?
I have to pick myself off and licking the dirt from my eyes. I'm going to take my rapier and just rush forward, throw my whole weight behind this one thrust, hoping to put the bottom tip guy down.
He's trying to make
Just
the
the
tip
tip.
off.
Alright.
Title.
Go ahead and now roll your attack.
Okay. Lava.
Now your final answer. If you have any inspiration, I would highly suggest using them.
I have one left, so I'll roll one more time. I'll take that.
Oh,
Fucking rogue crits. Roll for damage. Roll, and let's also add another 2d6 on that.
18 damage.
Nice.
What happens?
The last final couple steps, I leap up with my little legs and I just plunge that rapier right into his throat. And I can just feel the resistance give, and I slide right through. And with my weight still carrying me as he falls, I just break it off.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't need this rapier anymore.
I'll hold the broken rapier up and go,
You got it, Harvey?
He falls to his knees, his body weakening as he draws his final breath. His last words, barely more than an audible whisper. Capital T tasty.
you flavor man.
The kind of guards all exchange looks and just book it the fuck out of there.
Oh my god.
And there you see it, atop the altar. A strange, amorphous, illusory sort of magic emanating from there. And you know it without knowing, in a sense. gaze upon right now is the essence of flavor itself. What are you guys going to do? Guys is defeated? Are you going to go and see what that is? You intend to depart and tell the others. How do you wish to proceed?
Well, what the Muppets told us probably wouldn't be wise for us to take it. We should probably just let them know that we've defeated the invaders, that intended to take it.
Agreed.
That's a fine idea.
Sounds good to me.
Tired for this anyways.
It's too powerful for any mortal hands to even attempt to wield.
Besides, I like my flavor just the way it is.
Well said.
Well, so.
Pib, as he's picking through Guy's corpse for anything consumable, be it him
A
or
bunch of smoked pork belly. Like, an unreasonable amount.
tears of joy down this dog man's face. He suggests that I think we should destroy the path down here so none others may attempt to alter this sacred flavor.
That's a great idea.
Can me and the other warlocks sit here just barrage Eldritch Fast to, destroy the entrance? I feel like that would be really fun.
Absolutely.
I'd be down.
Anybody?
Alright, let me just sneak against this rope real quick.
Apparently leaning against the wall helped a lot, so. But speaking of ancient wall.
Maybe I need a walker after all.
We'll build you a walker when we get back up to the Muppets. Are you ready?
Alright, let's do it.
Just throw a shit ton of them at him. You booby.
We did it.
And so, you unleash a barrage of magic, and through crumbling rock, the entrance, both entrances, to the ziggurat are sealed.
Wait, how are we gonna get out of here if we crumble a bullet?
We can assume like you did it on the way out.
Okay.
We didn't think this through.
It's forethought that we put into this.
It's called the DM throwing you above a red hill.
Thank you.
It's my own catacombs down here.
So, you return and inform surviving Muppets of your victory. You prevented Guy Fieri from claiming the power of flavor and the ability to alter the cognition of all mortal beings. The day is won, flavor is protected, and from the ruins and ashes of Flavor Town, the Muppets begin their rebuilding efforts. But as our tale draws to a close, let me ask briefly, what do each of you do when this adventure is done?
My stream will never hear the end of it.
Hunger's gonna retire. He left the glacier to go on an adventure and help fellow chefs, and he's just accomplished the biggest quest as an adventurer and a chef at the same time that he could accomplish in his lifetime. So he's going to spend his last days in rest and relaxation.
Ashton's going to continue to travel the world to try to find new flavors and combinations.
Excellent.
Yeah. And Gordon is gonna go stay with the Muppets and learn their way of cooking the fantastic food.
I love it.
Wally's gonna go. Wally is just beginning in their adventure. They're gonna search this, like go on quest to find more special flavors like the one that the Muppet had created. I cannot remember. June?
Zoom?
June, thank you. I created.
Piv is going to stare out at the sky, running his hand along his chin as he feels a tuft of hair there. A lock of hair he glued, his eyes shining out one more time as he goes, I almost forgot. And then he's going to set off into the distance.
And what about Cora?
I mount my new butter knife on my wall. On the spreader.
Now let's spread her on the wall.
I put the spreader on my wall for everybody to see.
You saw me.
Yeah.
Then I continue to take my adventures, and influencer that I have, globally to find new flavors and meet new interesting people.
And so it was that each of you went your separate ways. But there were always the questions of some of the things that you saw and continued to see. Because even as you gathered, some of you to depart from Flavortown, some of you to stay, and to learn from the Muppets to discover their secrets. The strange sights, flickering bits of another reality seemed almost more coherent. You'd look over and where the colorful stone, the eccentric architecture of Flavortown ended, there was cold steel. A strange chill lingering thick in the air, but only for a moment. But always those sights remained about, sticking with you, even as far as when you journeyed. And there was the strangest thing that even as you all departed, you remembered each other. Of the time when you fought to save power of flavor, power, nay, of cognition itself, from falling into the wrong hands. But there were little things that began to slip, began to drift away from your memories. But you all got to lead good lives as adventurers, to gain fame, renown, the secrets of flavor. And in particular, for Gordon, you learned much from the Muppets. In time, you actually perfected the next level of smoothie. A boba tea smoothie that actually had a full 15-course meal, all crammed into one.
Nice.
The Muppets nicknamed it the real motherfucker.
Awesome.
Appropriately so.
And so your story spread throughout many parts of the land. A heroic tale, curious tale by some. But perhaps the most curious part of this tale was the part that happened a great distance away. Far into the skies, further out yet, there was a mass of cold steel, a ship circling the world. Upon it being watched through a great lens affixed to a wall. 7th cycle now. The 7th time this experiment had failed. No matter. More adventures would come. The secrets of flavor, mortals could resist it. And when they would succumb, more would be learned. The being strokes the beard of flailing tentacles with a long, wiry hand as it watches and prepared for the next experiment. Seven failures, but maybe the 8th simulation would be more. Maybe. And with that, we draw an end to this tale. Thank you all for listening.
Damn, nice.
Now,
This was great.
for having us.
Absolutely. I hope that you all had fun. I know that was a bit of a close call.
Very
I
much.
was when I balanced those encounters, I was like, oh, okay, well, this is really going to push them. Oh, but they all have the chef feast, so they'll all make a bunch of food at a short rest. Oh, fuck, they didn't.
About 10 right out of time.
I was like, yeah.
I didn't even think of that until I mentioned the smoothies. I'm like, oh yeah. We have
Whoops.
I was not in it once. I'm actually genuinely surprised. I was not in it once.
You got so lucky.
I just was over here liking dabbing and commanding people to do shit, and everyone's like, we're not worried about that one.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, he's focused on killing Joe.
That one just shot his flying and the main guy fucking following me, groveling, but she's not an issue.
Yeah, no. It's that pterodactyl out of the sky that is ugly.
This guy, fuck
Yeah,
that
that
thing
thing's
for
terrifying.
It's terrible. It's not doing anything but killing anyways.
Fill it with fire.
Oh my god, oddball.
It's two of those.
That one's eyes are funny, get it.
Why
Not
did
a
you
character
just
that I
murder it?
Yeah.
Rhyme Pib.
I'm Pib.
That's character.
Absolutely.
Holy moly.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I'm
alright.
proud of him for being my first D&D character to actually make it to a D&D session.
That was awesome. I think you all did exceptional. I threw some really rough shit at you guys, and you came out on top.
Mhm.
Yay.
Yeah, that was good.
Fun. Yeah.
Yay!
But, you know, honestly, as long as you guys had fun, that's the only thing that I can hope for. So thank you very much for coming and playing, and thank you to the people out there that opted to hang out with us and spend your Friday watching some peak D&D, saving Muppets from Guy Fieri.
It was great. It's good times.
I'll be back tomorrow for my regular game, Thicker Than Wine. It will be it'll be at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. So if you enjoyed a little D&D, drop a follow, swing on by tomorrow. I appreciate the people stopping by, and Derek Page, thank you very much for the raid and for introducing me to the media tonight. I appreciate it very, very much.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, I know who that is. Thank you very much. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you all coming and playing tonight. Does anybody have a friend who's currently streaming? Should we go raid somebody?
I got nobody.
I'm gonna cut out. No.
Hello,
No,
Ren?
Ren.
What the heck? Let's raid Hello, Ren. Always
I'm gonna
raid.
peace out.
Yeah, actually, it's later. I've got to go too. So, but thanks for seeing you guys.
Next time
Bye.
Good night.
Let's go ahead and raid Ella Ren. No, our video's all jacked up, but that's okay. Alright, my friends, until next time, stay safe, be well. We'll see you here with the Baron of Butts. Have a good night. forgot to do the credits. Oops.
That's all.
It got too late. I was like, fuck, I can't focus. I'm so used to being in bed by now.
Yeah. Totally get it.
Yeah.
That was
I definitely think like next time I need to like start at like 7:30.
Sorry about that.
That's nobody's fault. Like that's life.
all right. And to my Twitch, thank you so much for coming hanging out, and hopefully you like what you see.